The only media that have been consistent speaking against the bad government and for the purpose for reformers. Niger what yo? No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. The only media that have been speaking. No more bad government. The voice of the voiceless. No more bad government. No more bad government. For the poor, no more bad government. Niger war, no more bad government. Niger war to be here, no more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. In Nigeria, no more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. The only media, no the number one media in Nigeria, no more bad government. That have been speaking against government. No more bad government. Niger war, no more bad government. Niger what you? The voice of the voiceless. The voice of the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Niger what? Voice for the voiceless. Niger what be?
Ọbara Chineke ị na-adọ iji ihe tum ị na-aja ndọ ọ dị mma na-eme mma ị na-aga m ndọ iji ihe tum ị dịghị aja ndọ ọbara Chineke m ị aja ndọ ibe na-eche ndọ ị aja ndọ Oko sisi lechendo, idi ajanja Omakam sibiwa, idi ajanja Ibene chendo muwe, idi ajanja Odomiri beside her, idi ajanja Ewo, abatobi wambenye idi ajanja Obani idi toa mwagyo, idi ajanja
Those who fail to plan are planning to fail absolutely describes my once great country, Nigeria. Reinventing Nigeria. If I ask, how many of you know that pipe-borne water was introduced in the area called Nigeria today in 1910? That's more than 100 years ago. With the establishment of federal water supply and subsequent construction of Iju Water Works, the same Iju Water Works that you know in Lagos was commissioned by Lord Lugard in 1915. And today, even with all the multiple boreholes of various houses, we are still drinking pure water, maybe sachet water. What if I tell you that electricity generation in Nigeria actually began in 1896 as the first Nigerian electrical power plant in the country was built that year? And that as far back as 1886, generators were already being used to provide electricity in Lagos. And that by 1898, electric street lighting was introduced in Lagos. And by March 1899, the electric light was running all night in European quarters in Lagos, even before cities like Munich in Germany. But today, our collective grid, they collapse our national grid like Ogbanje. And when some of us they enjoy 20 hours electricity supply a day, we'll think say we dey heaven, you know. Even my little son once asked, why can't we tie all the generators in Nigeria, you know, together so that we can have constant electricity supply? But my son no go understand. Anyway, who do us really? Not many people know that the development of telecommunications in Nigeria began in 1886 when a cable connection, which was established between Lagos and Colonial Office in London. And by 1893, government offices in Lagos were provided with telephone services, which was later extended to Ilorin and Jeba in the hinterland. And by 1920, the first telephone call was made from Nigeria to London, was made by Frederick Lord Lugard. But today, NITA is dead, and they celebrate GSM and fight foreign companies for monopolizing the space. And yet, British telephone is still in existence, despite the fact that they have GSM. At least many of us know this one. The first television station in the world began broadcasting in 1928 in New York. And by October 31st, 1959, the government of Western Nigeria, broadcasted the first terrestrial television broadcast signal in Nigeria and in Africa through the Western Nigerian Television Services, which later was taken over by NTV in 1977 via a decree. And today, the same national television is struggling to be seen. What a shame. The first aircraft to land in Nigeria touched down in Maiduguri on the 1st of November in 1925. And by 1936, the country opened its first airport, which is the today Aminu Kano International Airport in Kano, followed by the Nigerian College of Aviation, which was established in 1964. And today, fundaments for development are siphoned into private pocket. That's a country that had an airport as far back as 1936. The list plenty. Anyway, how do we know these things when history is no longer seriously taught in our schools? To imagine that the Nigeria of those many firsts is the same country today where money, is celebrated without sustainable means of livelihood. This thing shocked me. Where did we miss it? To the extent that kidnapping is now an occupation and fraud is celebrated in the open, that today you even have association of mothers of Yahoo Yahoo. Is the problem really with the barber, the hair, or the clipper? Is it the people, the leaders, the followers alike, or the structure or the system of government? But before you answer that question, ask yourself, am I part of the problem or the solution of Nigeria? A lot of our leaders, political, religious, and otherwise, rather than invest in education and build industries as a means of sustaining employment and development, would rather build massive houses in their village these days. And, definitely, while they are alive, these houses become some meccas of salt and everybody visit them. But today, when a lot of them are gone, those houses will be occupied by roaches and reptiles. Will take over all of those places. And in some cases, their children, that they are primitively acquiring the asset for, will also be fighting to acquire their own, or in some cases will not even bother. And in other cases, they are lost abroad. So when I see politicians celebrating wealth by building big houses today and throwing monies at parties, I just remember that the luxuries of today are the necessities of tomorrow. The ones that came before them did the same thing. And how many people remember their once expensive vehicles and mansions? Today, these vehicles are antiquities. And those expensive houses, those days that we used to look at, are relics of ancient times. Remember, some persons killed to buy 504. But today, the dash you go take. I will therefore advocate, until we reinvent ourselves, that will in turn reinvent the country, we continue to recycle mediocrity as experts. Our leaders and followers should know that when you steal public funds to build houses, remember that someday the expensive property of today will become worthless tomorrow. But when you invest in building public infrastructure that will outlast your generation, you indirectly invest in people who someday will use this asset to empower themselves and others. Inevitable, even if you don't have kids, your name will not only live forever, but will be written in gold in the sand of time. Imagine 38 years after his demise, whenever we discuss free education in Nigeria, we call the names of Chief Obafemi Awolowo. We talk about the first television station in Africa, we call the same Chief Obafemi Awolowo. Yet, we can hardly remember buy will someday be worthless. And also, remember, some of these old vehicles where we died to buy those days. Today, if they dash you, no go one take. And then also, that house that you are defrauding someone to buy will someday become a meeting room for reptiles and insects. I don't want to mention names, but you can easily remember there is nobody in Nigeria that you cannot remember one politician who once built a mansion in a village that today is worthless. Those mansions you are collecting tithe and offering to build, in churches, will someday be owned by some different family members. So let us be circumspect, because no matter how you build, you can't build a house for God, because someday another person, you will go another person will take him. We had big names that came before you. Invest in people, in your society, build infrastructure, and Nigeria will be better. Anyway, make a hanger here before the story becomes too long. Please, let's have your thought on our comment sections, on all our various social media platforms shown on your screen. Let's know what you think, whether we are right or not. But always remember whether you are part of the problem or the solution.
And qualified for the position. His statement followed a comment made by an All Progressives Congress chieftain in Lagos, Joe Igbokwe, who criticized the endorsement of Seyi Tinubu by some groups as a potential successor to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Ayo, I mean, this story has a lot of dynamics. We are seeing APC condemning those supporting an APC guy, Seyi Tinubu. And we are now seeing Labour Party people supporting Seyi Tinubu. I mean, but this is not the first time that we are seeing this sort of endorsement from Seyi Tinubu. I believe last week, this social media influencer or activist, they call him, a very dark man, also endorsed Seyi Tinubu. What are your thoughts?
All right, so anyone has the right to endorse anybody they want to endorse, although it is quite suspicious and interesting when an opposition party member comes out like this to endorse, someone from the other party, when they also have their own candidate or someone who is already saying that he's interested to run on the platform of the party. In terms of eligibility, fundamental right of Seyi Tinubu to run for governor of Lagos State, according to the Constitution, if he's at least 35 years old, he's Nigerian by birth, and he has a political party that is sponsoring him, then he has the right to, and he qualifies in those areas. When it now comes to the choice, it's the people that will make that choice. I see that he has come out a bit more with his philanthropy, speaking to people. But we know that this issue of Lagos governorship or who will take on the seat has become quite the topic of debate or conversation. A few names have been thrown into their hat into the ring or have been put up as potential candidates in Lagos State. I think the APC will have a fight on their hands in terms of who. There's, they haven't declared yet, so let me not mention names, but a few people have, been mentioned in different quarters that they might just be interested. But in terms of eligibility, he's eligible. In terms of morality or what you feel, it's up to the Lagosians to determine whether or not, or have to decide at the end of the day through their ballot that they want this person. But the most important thing is that INEC should also help us as well during the day of election to ensure that the election is free and fair, that the will of the people actually is supreme. Dr. Abate, a quick comment.
What is the big issue here? In November, the People's Democratic Party, when this whole thing started, said that the PDP in Lagos State will make sure that nobody imposes an inheritance culture at the level of governorship on Lagos State. In other words, they said they would not want a Tinubu dynasty in Lagos State. Since then, some other names have been mentioned as persons who will be interested in becoming governor in Lagos State in 2027. It was in that context that Joe Igbokwe, an APC chieftain, then said, no, people should stop talking about Seyi Tinubu becoming governor. And now you have this Isaac Balami responding to Joe Igbokwe and saying that, look, Seyi Tinubu has every right. He's of age, he's qualified, he has done a lot in Lagos State and all that. Well, in terms of all of that, he's right. It's his opinion. Right. But I think in terms of the way politics works out, it's too early, whether in Lagos State or in Rivers State, anywhere, for anybody to start talking of who will be governor. Some of the people who joined the race early, will fall by the wayside. And in any case, in Lagos State, they have a very peculiar structure. They have this thing called GAC, an elders committee who decide who will be the next governor. So at the end of the day, until the Babasope crowd of Lagos State takes a decision, you really cannot expend so much energy saying this person wants to be governor, that person wants to be governor. But on the general point about Seyi Tinubu being qualified, well, if he shows interest, why? He can show interest. It is for the people of Lagos State to now decide. As always, roofing on fire. It should not be, nobody should talk about imposition or, or inheritance or dynasty.
As far as I'm concerned, dynasty plays a role in politics. Money plays a role in politics. And most of these people you so-called think they are people of integrity society. God only knows what they do at the background.
Filed by the PDP governorship candidates and the PDP, with INEC, Senator Monday Okpebholo and APC as first, second and third respondents, Counsel to the petitioner, Dr. Aiswe Gudalu Adetuji Oyeyepo, said the petitioner was ready to proceed with the calling of witnesses to testify based on statements submitted to the tribunal concerning the conduct of the September 21, 2024 governorship election. Counsel to the petitioner, A.J. Owonikoko, called the first witness of the petitioner, Kennedy Osifo, who said his statement before the tribunal contained certified true copies of result sheets from INEC's IREV portal, copies of polling units results as documentary evidence. Testifying before the tribunal, the witness, Mr. Osifo, who served as collation agent for PDP in Ikpoboka local government area during the election, revealed that results from 76 polling units in Ward 2 were unlawfully excluded during collation and omitted votes of election result sheets. The second witness, Adebayo Ogedegbe from Ososo, Akoko Edo local government area, told the tribunal that on 11th of October 2024, he signed a statement on oath that paragraph 4 and 6 of the statement he submitted at the tribunal indicated that there were overvoting in 4 polling units and collation of incorrect scores as election results in 41 polling units, and the INEC officials failed to record the serial numbers of result sheets in 17 polling units in Akoko Edo local government area. The third witness, Lucky Isikwa from Uhumura, Owan West local government area, asked the tribunal to adopt a statement where he alleged manipulation of election results and irregularities as his evidence. Counsel to the first respondent, INEC, Kano Agabi, SAN, second respondent, Senator Mondo Gbewolu Oyema Ikpeazu, SAN, and the third respondent, APC, Emmanuel Okala, cross-examined the witnesses and noted some discrepancies in the statement of the witnesses and documents, such as not having the stamp of INEC in some of the election documents submitted at the tribunal. The tribunal, chaired by Justice Wilfred Bochi, admitted in evidence result sheets, records extracted from the INEC IREV and BIVAS at the tribunal, statements of the witnesses. Meanwhile, prior to the commencement of proceedings at the tribunal, people coming into the tribunal were screened by security personnel at the point of entering. Deborah Obey from ITV News.
People, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. Unfortunately, I have to pause my presentation right now because in the, what is currently going on in our state, I have our brother that's joining me now so that we can quickly talk about it. Maybe some of the presentation that I wanted to pass on to you guys, I'll do that maybe probably later on or maybe tomorrow. You know, I have Mr. Common Sense, our brother, you all know Mr. Common Sense. You know, I've played this video so many times on this platform. So he's with us today. We are going to talk about this because his interest in our state is very, 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 very high. You know, he talks all the time, and I showcase his video here all the time. As you and I know, if you are a real Edo-lite, you should be happy with what is currently going on in our state. So that's why I decided to bring my brother in. Mr. Common says, my brother, how you doing? You need to unmute yourself. You are muted. Okay. All right. I think you are struggling with. Okay, I can hear you now. Yes.
Good evening, sir. Good evening. Good to be here, actually.
At least, yes. Before you come here by yourself, your video don't come here so many times before you. Why now?
Such a honor, and I do well. You've been doing a good job. I don't think we're here, but what you wanna do for here? Privilege, like I told you the last time, and then it's been good. I don't hear that for street too. The effort to make Nigeria better and a serious one. Some of us don't look and say, like I was telling a friend today, when I say we know they talk, right? Or our talk no they do anything. If to say we know they talk, imagine how things will be. So it's good that all of us put in the effort to ensure that we put our voice out and continue to say the things we want to see in this country. If you don't look like now, say it they work, but we'll continue to talk. You do well for what you do for our dear state and for all of us for this country. Thank you, sir.
God bless you. Thank you, Mr. Common Sense. I really do appreciate you. Thanks for all that you'll be doing for our states and across Nigeria as a whole. You know, before I will move on, I would like to quickly showcase your YouTube channel on the screen so that my followers, although many of them already used to you, but I want them to go subscribe to your channel because you stand for what is right. So let me quickly, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. I never greet anybody. I better make una no verse. I will acknowledge you all later on. I appreciate you all, my mother of all Mommy Diaspora. Thank you very much, Mommy, for all that you do for us here, Mr. Johnson Emmanuel, and many of you right there. But for now, as you all can see right there on the screen, that is Mr. Common Sense YouTube channel, you know. So I beg, make una try, make una go subscribe to this channel, you know, sharply. But while we're doing this now, NEPA does this light for my head for here. So I'd like to go, you see, this is part of the things we're talking about here. So let my security man make we quick on the solar so that we take it from here. You know, guys, just, okay, let me go on a quick break. As I come back, then we'll take it from there. God bless every one of you. Guys, help us to press on the like button.
Evani maru tefi kwa madagawu amwe firiwa ena keke no gatso bago osane generame ena keke nagari ushina dano yebe e ajebena osagu meto bago ibe fu ebietete iakwero ya uge yegena myo kata mamoni de imieva kome osenina kupegbe sherago u amiebi na maemiene gegi kupegbe krisati no ben o piano meio negiri go nova ono negive igu sebu emujuwa.
All right, guys. Yes, sorry about that. It's a normal thing that's happening with us here in Nigeria. Also light that they take, and the solution for your head. All my life in the UK, I have to say light blink for 1 minute, 1 day, 1 second. Safe, I never seen them before. But meanwhile, you know, please, guys, everybody go and subscribe to this channel, Mr. Common Sense. Let's take him to between now to the next couple of days, let's take him to 10,000, you know, subscribers. Subscribe to the channel because he's standing for what is right, and that is what we should be encouraging ourselves to do. What is right. We know plenty like that. I've heard they tell you now. We know plenty like that where they speak out on what is affecting you and I in our country. I appreciate you all, my people. Thank you very much for your time. Now let's go straight to the point, my brother, Mr. Common Sense. You see what they happen for Edo State now. We are not here. I'm not partisan. I did not support anybody in the just concluded governorship election in Edo State. Although I opened my platform for everybody to campaign for their preferred candidates. But I deliberately did not support anyone this time. You know, but I remember Obaseki's second term in office, this platform supported Obaseki 100%. You know, but on this particular one, I did not support anyone. But despite that I did not support anyone, I was never praying for Okpebholo to become my governor. I said this so many times on this platform. I told my audience, my spectators that please, you guys, make una open an eye. At least one of these two now are supposed to follow. Either Olumide Akpata or Aso Ighodaro. Aso Ighodaro came here, you know, he came to talk with us. He spent about 2 hours with us on this platform. Olumide Akpata came twice in a different days, and he spent 2 hours as well. And all the governorship candidates in Edo State, except Okpebholo that refused to come here, every one of them, the remaining ones, all of them came to this platform, you know, they come talk to us. Then, after all the review, and I noticed that Okpebholo was not visiting anybody, he was not going to any platform. The same thing Tinubu did, but today Tinubu is the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And I told my audience that even though you guys are not focusing on Okpebholo, Okpebholo is a big threat. He might emerged as the next governor of Edo State. Some of them say, no, they talk to person, they do this one, they speak English, know it be zoo and museum, know that. I said, it doesn't work with that with satanic APC. They know how they do their things. But today, what will they see? Okpebolo is the governor of Edo State, although Aswe Udaro is currently challenging him in court. But you can see what have been happening in court for the past couple of days, my brother, Mr. Common Sense. What is your take on this?
Once again, thank you for this opportunity. I know we'll take them for granted. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody where they follow that are watching us. This point, a lot of distractions, they public place. A lot of people get other things to do. So if you are so interested in the betterment of our country and the good of our state, so I will appreciate that one. I don't use and play. Anybody will get interest. That being said, it is very funny. Now, waiting the cause for pity and concern. For me, from Edo State, all the years where I don't live, apart from maybe 1 or 2 years service here and a few other times, so I don't travel come off for Edo State. I've lived up my life in Edo State. I'm not be say we don't get any government, we reach 100, but it has never been this bad, and I must say it clearly. If we never get any governor, we deliver 100%, but to say this one, what we do so, because like I said before elections, and me too, I also chose not to have supported the candidate before the election, but I couldn't hold it back when I say the machine where Tinubu use, now you hand over give to the template where Tinubu use, now you give the tactics where Tinubu use, now you hand over give to and unfortunately, and like I said, there were 3 things that I insisted on. Number one, the kind state where this country dey at the moment, the kind economic dilapidation, the kind challenge we will get as a country, the kind challenges where they befall us, it was wrong to have handed over government to Tinubu as a solutionist to this problem. The same way to say we can't get that same Tinubu for presidency. We believe say development na in stipends to poor people. We believe say the way out of poverty for the country, coastal roads and spend billions of naira. We never see the need so much in power generation. We never remove the politics away from our security. If we allow someone like Okpebolo, we don't get educational background. Go check it out. We don't get any form of you don't get where you don't work before. He's a philanthropist and he can't go Senate. There is no history of where he has worked, what he has done, the impact he has made in society. And they will consider that person become governor. Because why would they have this challenge for national? Now, because we allow someone like Buhari, we don't get any form of experience. I'm not saying he never been military head of state. To turn something from 0 to 1. Because if you remember, Tinubu declaration upon becoming president, now cows now he declare say he dey manage. So I complain say if now Tinubu be president, Okpebolo should not be governor at any case. And that's one part. 2, the stock in trade of the party where he come from APC now toutism and agberism. And I was very bold to say it. A few of my friends say the APC called me severally. No, Okpebolo will be different. I say na lie. There are known elements where we say the only way they take the chop now toutism and agberism. The party is known for that. If we allow these guys to come up, not be say I agree 100% with Obaseki's policies and program. I was one of the biggest critics of Obaseki, and the videos are still there. In fact, when Obaseki did a few things that he did, including the most recent before he left power, I'm away happen for airport gate. The criticism where I render Obaseki, I was called from more quarter, say the words where I used for a city governor was too harsh. That's how much I was harsh on him. But when I considered it there as a country, I say no. It should be asking or nobody yet. You see, the last couple of weeks, prior to that election, I campaigned vigorously for Aswen. Unfortunately, we are in a system where not the election. It's painful. Say we don't reach the situation now where we say, as we deal like that now, no matter what you cry, say you want to go do for election, who they want give different. Now coming to the country, so I must tell you, bros, me must tell you now, and everybody will watch. I am not surprised. Like I said in the beginning, this APC no go fit function away from their situation. Now make them go close in system of governance, close up the digital aspect of this government. Now where they go fit function with this, and it's unfortunate say with all of us don't fall down, we don't dey. I've been in this city for a while, and I dey waka, and I dey see say the art people are now coming to terms with the fact that they have re-engaged these same people wey we not supposed to allow, and it's shocking. And I asked one of my friends with the APC, intellectual, speaking on behalf of the APC at the moment, Jared Tenebe. Now Tenebe now be the person where APC they send go national TV to go speak on behalf of the party. The level of agberism where this government they involved with. Who are the people? Hype men and people. You don't see how they don't turn court to. It's a 2008, a lot of these guys you never get any level of relevance. 2008, when Oshomole want return in mandate, now Edo people, now they follow one, they sit down for road every day. They say alarm get him mandate. These days, two men they tribunal every day, pack their boys go, they disrupt the peace of the. If you say you won election, is that how to force the tribunal against the will? So me, I'm not that surprised. It's unfortunate we are in this situation right now. And making me go talk, we say it's good for us. Make we for those of us where it pay. I tell somebody say for me now, for example, we go school, where they develop myself, where they look for how one of these days I go reach this kind of office and better my people. With the kind APC template they put for ground, just understand, say, in no distant time, those of us will be intellectual, will get sense, we want lead politics. We're not going to survive for this kind of state because now different template that they operate. And another joke, they are using it. A lot of news are not being suppressed because people, if you reach markets, if you reach where bosses they gather, anywhere now you be now, these guys have entered. Forget the one where some of these people they do for court now. Now we come court now, they cry where they fight on behalf of the party. In the last few weeks, now MSGs they send go give governor. Say they never answer am, waiting request he never get. But now opportunity to ensure say he show himself because that is all what they can do. And the one is unfortunate, we don't do. Though people may not have voted them, but a few persons support. That is what some persons want, and it's unfortunate. That's the best I can say. It's very, very unfortunate. See, our dear state, with all the high institution for this state, with all the level of intelligence, with the exposure where those people get, they can't drag us back. It is not embarrassing to hear anytime you hear news where do not fight for tribunal in the most now fight for tribunal, now quarrel, now drama. That is all we are now known for. Every day, this same state where they in the news for courtism related, same state where they in the news for all forms of untold stories. Now we go see day this one, and nobody they do anything about them. As I talk to you today, I watched a video to like somebody asked, now two Oshomole did this country, now two Oshomole. The Oshomole where they National Assembly, they speak English every day. They call government to order. They call they perform your own oversight functions in all of his prowess and ability. But mainly come at those states is okay. The same Oshomole that stood on the floor of the national say local government autonomy must happen. That it is high time governors start pocketing local government. He can't come at those a whole interview had a reason to support governor. And when you ask them, will they move forward or will they move backward? Anytime you ask somebody say why this will happen, they will refer you to time of Obaseki. Why are you coming to power? If all of the things you want, so they do now, bros. Now to undo what Obaseki do. So we may spend the next 4 years on doing what Obaseki has done, and we never have time to actually give benefit to the people. The people are going to suffer for another 4 years because, as I talk to you, there's a standstill. See, even if you say you want do development with what this government has started now, this government that they are focused now to fight even those who don't be fighting. And in another 4 years, all of us will be here to see that we have brought upon ourselves a course, and if care is not taken, if government will be very embarrassed. And here we did. Your audio is lost. Mute your mic.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, very well.
Good. Thank you. Thank you very much, my brother, Mr. Common Sense. To be honest, I know say you know fit me. before I call somebody my brother, I know the kind of person you be. I don't showcase your videos so many times. You finish, in fact, you know everything with the happen for our states. You know, unfortunately, some of us are scared to speak or say it how it is. Right from time, I told my people, I don't have anything against Okpebolo. I don't need to have anything against Okpebolo, but I know Okpebolo cannot give me that what I'm looking for in my state. And I tell my people for here. You know, some people will say, no, what are you talking about and all that? But look where we did today. We are not even sure what's going to happen in the court. You know, although we are hearing rumors left to right that the judges are set to do the right thing. But what happened in the 2023 general election? You know, they were set as well. But at the end of the day, what do we get? They slap us overnight. They slap where they give you common sense, give all Nigerians. You see, they prepare our ear tomorrow. You know, we could not do anything. So we don't know what's going to happen in this particular one. But still, people are joining us right now, and I believe they will have one or two questions because I don't want to keep you for so long. You know, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you right there. The link has been posted by my mom. So in case you guys want to call me, quickly come in so that we can pass the question. I'm only going to keep my brother for 30 minutes and then we are done. Black Panther, you're the first on the panel. Please, I would like you to ask your question. Good evening to you, my brother. Black Panther, you're
good evening. I did. Don't be in a hurry, Ogami.
Good evening. I see your comment for comment section. You say, before they tell you, say, baby, go subscribe to Common Sense YouTube channel. Say, don't subscribe. Tell.
we don't look, the obedient movement is a movement that we have subscribed to the right channel where we hear the right words. So you coming us to come and tell the obedient, subscribe to Common Sense, you are just wasting our time. We are going to tell our family to subscribe now. So we are the link. So don't even message it here because we know what is going on. We have been with him for more than 2 years. So we have been running a race.
Yes, sir.
And the race will make it. Despite our state is having problems.
Amen.
You see, the question I have for you now is that the question I ask for you, I want you to listen is that do you know that we all have done mistakes? We have not been a very good follower of the system itself. And the question I want to put forward to you now is that among the 3 candidates in Edo State election that presented themselves, let's throw away biasness and let's throw away anything that will affect our emotion waving towards the person. Let's use what they said on ground, the 3 of them, to analyze and give them a way forward and mark them, the number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Now, from the 3 candidates that came here, from 3 candidates that were prominent in Edo State, which one do you think, in terms of elimination, which one do you think that will bring a new light and a new process, a new dimension into Edo State, whereby we will throw away all these Agberoism, because the 2 parties using Agberoism, we know them. You yourself know them.
Black Panther, with the question you are asking, there's no need of which one. Are you talking about Aswa Ighodalo and
No, we have a lot of political parties. He knows now. We have more than 5 that
No, but we're talking about now. The problem where we find ourselves right now in Edo State. Or are you talking about Nigeria as a whole?
No, that's Edo State. I will just oppose it. I will land so that you understand. Now,
there's no need of.
Okay, you want me to focus on the case in the court?
No. The 2, any question you are asking should be between Ighodalo and Okpebolo. Any other persons at the moment is it consequential?
Okay, let me bring that one down. Let me go straight now. Now, Mr. Common Sense, from the extract that you've seen, what Mr. Naija Watch brought to us, the video concerning the court case and concerning the comment from the journalists, what they brought. What do you think might find, will the judgment be okay to the entire Edo State, or are we going to see the ripple effect what happened during the Obi's case in the court Are you going to see a replica of it, or we are going to see a different from the statement? What the journalist told us now. There's one critical statement. I believe you picked that statement. Do you think the judgment will favor the right person?
If you want me to be very sincere, there are two. So thank you, my brother Black Panther. Thank you for following me. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people have followed me, and I'm really one of the very blessed creators on people they give support to, and I appreciate that. Let me be very sincere. There are two sides to answer that question. There is the interest and the pessimist in me, but there is the reality. The reality, the interest and pessimist. I am looking at a situation where, for the first time, it's unfortunate to, I must say, it's unfortunate that we will finish election and the immediate next resolution in the court has now become the most important tool for Nigeria. Unfortunately, in INEC procedure for electoral collation and results, right, there is a window that allows INEC to be able to check itself and then be able to check if the result they have announced is worthy to put out and maybe recall. Unfortunately, INEC has delegated their electoral umpirism to the court, and now every time we have to go to court. I think it is not something that we should take serious. If we really want to have this country better, suppose they solve our problem, because the court, like they say, is not an emotional effect. So unfortunately, we don't do court. However, something in me is feeling like this. Realize that the loss of interest, if you check around jungle justice, all of these things where they happen for Nigeria, people don't lose interest for elections. And like I said, APC, the ruling APC, benefit from voter apathy than anything else. So when people don't come and come vote, the ruling party will benefit them. So they will spend less money and they'll be able to use that to manipulate elections. So if you say they lose interest for elections, then they're happy. In fact, they will continue to do what they need to do to ensure that by 2027, a few persons will be out to vote in 2027. And now look at it, that same disinterest we don't transfer that to our justice system. And that's why if you ask ordinary person for street, they will tell you that, you see, this particular thing, Mona go rest, you don't finish. Otilo, you don't finish. But something in me is telling me that what if the new Chief Justice decide to want to ensure that Nigerians back? This is not to analyze whether the election was rigged or not. That's what you're looking for. This is not to analyze whether the person sitting in the office as government won the election. That was no longer a could be answer, because even them know. With the result that is in the public place, if you are very sincere, even those that APC go tell you, say, now so in 2016, now we get power. They said that Tinubu promised them power. And irrespective of whatever anybody wants to say, they are going to get it. When we were campaigning, they will write it in your comment. Mona, go sleep, it is a done deal. The results were coming out on election night. These guys were resting. They knew what they were doing. When you see results, you know results what they write. So Mona argue that one. So I don't feel maybe the new Chief Justice, Nigerians can have some level of faith, so that by 2027, people can begin to build up some element of faith and trust in the system. Maybe that may be. But then the reality where they on ground, all of this drama for Edo State, there's a 2027 equation, which we cannot ignore. You see, the city president needs Edo State to be in the PC for 2027 election. With all of the attendant drama where they happen to Edo North, so the north of Nigeria, you can tell that the man wants to ensure that it happen for Rivers. If not be say waiting Wike do for Rivers, you think say he would have had it smooth say maybe that election for go rerun, for example. So he needed Wike. So now with the drama where they happen for rest assured that there is a need to have a state, and there is already a political capital in Edo State, which is the Edo North. In the last election, upon all the people who vote for state, APC said Tinubu get over 144,000 votes. That's to tell you something. There's a political capital from there. You know, say Oshomole people will always listen to Oshomole. Right? The reality is the same reality.
We have more people that's going to ask.
Okay, now rather. So the reality, just know say we are in a time. However, I'm pessimist. I'm a pessimist. I believe say something may happen. But by reality, if you say make you follow with what these guys they do, with the body language, with all of this drama, it is almost finished. But God, and if the chief justice decide to say he want to do something, we may find solace in the fact that they will give the man. That is my answer.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, Mr. Common Sense. Okay, everyone, please just pass your question within 1 minute. Mr. Common Sense, please respond to questions within 2 minutes so that you can get to everyone, okay, and we can let you go and move on with our broadcast. Thank you very much. Mr. Okay. Destiny, okay. I'm not sure if you have a question. If you do, please unmute yourself. Good evening to you, sir. What's your question?
Good evening, Mr. Nigerian, and good evening, Common Sense. Good evening, everyone. The name make what I was because of some anger for Obaseki, that this problem. My question now is that if maybe this court case now go for renewal, are you sure many Benis will not use that Undonium Waro Aimios in Agoshoma still do the same thing? Because many people was not angry for harassment, they were angry for Obaseki and decide this problem for those states. That is my question, Mr. Common Sense. If they make it rerun, are you sure this kind of thing will not happen again?
See, sincerely, make we tell ourselves the truth. I just feel say na ignorance go make you say because of an outgoing government, you want go vote. I agree that Obaseki may have made some mistakes. I agree. But if you say because of an outgoing government, you see, that thing wey happen for Edo election was the same thing that happened in when people were allowed mischief makers, manipulators of the system to dissect Jonathan. So people that voted Buhari, a lot of people, did not vote for economic prospects and solutions in his hands. So they voted Buhari because they didn't want Jonathan's government to continue. The end of all of that drama was the 8 years of Buhari. I say it everywhere. Buhari would not have qualified to be Nigerian president anytime, any day. He's the worst president we ever had. But you see, that particular Jonathan pursue that was building the fastest growing economy in Africa, when we bring somebody where the only thing wey you get for life na tissue paper, and Buhari took this country. So me, if at the end of the day, the people decide to say, forget, Obaseki overdid it, we want to vote Bewolo to remain as governor, no wahala. We will boss, like I used to say to my friends, some of us are privileged already. The privilege we have already is enough that we can be way or above the drama where they happen. But if you know where they under the water, inside the water, you can't decide to say you want to submit your headship to a man that doesn't have the record. At least in the last few weeks, you don't see him now. This man cannot control his party members, his people, he cannot control his followers. Only one of Obaseki constituted nuisance where all of us today worry for today. Imagine allowing over 100,000 Agbero system of Edo State misbehaving everywhere. They never even reach Tipa garage. They never reach market. They see they do a small because matter they court. When these guys get the full mandate and they enter, that's why I will talk fish. So anybody wey say want go vote them because say not like Obaseki, no wahala na few time remain. We will be here.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Common Sense, for that response to Mr. Destiny. But I'd like to quickly go to Mr. Alabo. Mr. Alabo, it's good to have you on the show, sir. I don't know if you have a question for our brother here. Okay, Mr. Alabo, you're not.
Thank you, Mr.
Okay.
Najawash.
Thank you, sir.
My guy, Mr. Common Sense. Yeah, he's my very good friend. I'm your person, you know me. On your platform, I've been going through it. I've not seen. I see your passion about getting a better Nigeria. But I've not seen where you've done that one video for us for electoral reform. I want you to help us encourage that one. Do that video, please. Let me be seeing it every day. I'm doing that on my platform. We need a campaign. And secondly, I want to ask you this question. Talking about it, because Nigeria was always said, two people have captured Edo State. What are you doing with your platform? You have a big platform with over 200 followers to call everyone out, because I know Edo State, when it comes to things like this, they can come out and stand on the street and this nonsense will stop. How many people are we talking to with your big platform you have to make this thing come? Because these two people, as we assume, but I always say it's not two people. There are thousands of people behind them, but these two can come. So what are you doing to help Edo today to stop all these things? Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. On electoral reforms, okay, maybe na name I never name am. I put out my voice in several videos and conversations for us, because I believe say the way forward, now for electoral reforms. I don't even call out the progressive lawmakers with the House of Assembly, those wey use Okada go there, those wey be say na only one billboard they get, those wey be say na only one Sienna they brand, wey take go National Assembly, wey reach some don dey voiceless. I have done that. In fact, it is on record that I was one of the few creators that started to drag our senators only 6 weeks into, say I never see their work. People up saying they be newbies, they need to acclimatize, they never know everything. Today, almost more than 1 year later now, all of us don't see and say these guys that we any form of brand or mantra, they went there on their own volition. Just if not for one or two people, this guy wey dey east wey be PDP and a few of these guys, we for don't know say no form of opposition represent for them. Thank God for Ireti Kingibe too, where they help us the tackle wicked. That being said, then on the issue of Edo State, me, I was very vocal in the last election. I know they had and say I come from, and by the grace of God, I have been threatened, I have been induced, I have been influenced, but I've stood my ground. And there is only 2 days by way of timing where I no go get content on Edo State. There is only 2 days. We say 2 days pass, I not get content wey relate to my state where I for come. Me, I get huge states. Even though say I not even dey the state as it were, as primary base, my mama and my siblings, all of them dey this state. And so it's something that bothers me. I get friends where they speak to. So on my own, I am doing my best. And you know, say, unfortunately, we don't dey one system in the state now wey be like say, just like you talk, capture, but be threat environment we can't dey. Now people where they throw stone, where believe say now they own the states. If you too talk, people, somebody called somebody that was close to me and say, me they want me out in the state. Say me they want me, oh, they know where my mouth dey. Oh. That's how level. I say I want travel come Edo State sometime. Somebody say make you not go in here. Say they put my name for one. They bring the list come out. I go come. That's the level we are in. Unfortunately, we hope say these things we go grow past this level. So, but I will continue to do my best. Just like you have said it now. Even if I dey try, we must deliver this state and save this state from the hands of these people. One of these days.
Thank you, my brother. You're already doing your part. You are doing your part. And like I normally say on this platform, we are not much. We just need more people to embrace this so that we all can put our voices out there. It's very, very important. It's very, very significant we do that. Yeah. But meanwhile, let me hear from Madam Patricia Tagbojomi. Thank you very much, ma, for joining us this evening. Good evening to you, ma. Please, your question.
Good evening, Mr. Yes, good evening, Mr. Evis. Great to be here again. Good evening, Mommy Diaspora. Audience there. Can you hear me? It's like somebody's mic.
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, I can hear you.
So,
yes.
good evening, Nigerians, everywhere you are watching us from. Please, somebody's mic is on. Can you turn it? Can you mute it?
Okay. Go ahead now.
Thank you. Yes. Good evening, Nigerians. Like I said, thank you for being, on this broadcast today. Good morning, good afternoon, from wherever you're watching us from. Please click on the like and the share button. That one is very important. And of course, the $sign. And then the go, to notify you when we are online, when the broadcast is live. So it's very, very important. Do that. Thank you so much. To start with, Mr. Evis, I don't think I was it Mr. Common Sense video you played just before you brought him? Because I can't relate his face with
if it's
that person.
what?
Was it the same person you played this video before you
No,
brought
no, no,
him?
no, 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 no. I've not played this video today. No, that's not
Okay,
the same.
thank you. Then I want to speak about that person because I was going to attack
No, no,
him
no, no,
already.
no. We are for now. We are talking. We are asking question, not
Okay,
submission.
no submission. Okay, then if that's the case, I don't think I've watched his videos, so I don't need to comment on
Okay.
that. So I'll
Okay.
just stay. Thank you.
Yes, yes. I'll come back to you for submission. Thank you very much, man. The last person in terms of question, Mr. Henry Omorige. Thank you very much, my brother, for joining us. Good evening to you. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Elvis, and good evening, Mr. Common Sense. I don't really know your real name, but I used to follow you on your Facebook page. Thank you for what you're doing. Keep it up. Don't let
Thank
any
you, sir. Thank you, sir.
so-called we to intimidate you. We are all proud of Edo son. So we want a better Edo state. I don't have too much question. What I wanted to ask to say is it not you don't think Edo people make mistake for saying we're going to vote against Obasi candidate that is Mr. Aswen? You don't think they make mistake for say okay, because of Obasaki we have to change, we don't want to vote for Aswen? You don't think they make mistake there anyway? Because if it happen to be that this court case go other way, say they still keep Ukpeworo there, don't you think Edo State make a big mistake in their own life? You don't think so? Because we are looking for a better Edo State. Why some are saying because of a Obaseki, we're not going to vote for us when you know it's a good candidate more than this other one they have now. You don't think they make a big mistake? I'm just saying. Thank you.
Okay, sincerely speaking, I agree that a few persons did voice out to say that the reason Mondo Bevolo, sorry, is because of Godwin Obaseki's involvement here and there, some of his fights, some of his policies and programs. But of course, any government that wants to succeed must offend people, right? And there is actually no government on earth, I can say that and beat my chest, that totally would have been benefit a few persons. As bad as we say Buhari was, there were people that still benefited from that government. Godwin Emefiele, for example, is having his time, unfortunately, in jail, but he benefited. So everybody would have been, Andy Sirika, a lot of these guys made so much profit from Godwin. So the truth is, it will only be a matter of time for those who thought Bebolo would be the messiah, the solution, or that did not think that they should have looked beyond the sentiment they had against Obaseki. Because Obaseki was a past very profoundly. Obaseki was a past. And so if Obaseki was leaving office and then you were going to vote a man, I think that Aswe Godao was an upgrade of an Obaseki. Obaseki, I say that everywhere. Obaseki may not have been a very bad governor. I think as a governor, he had a pass mark average. But I think with people's relationship, with administration, with network, and with a few things, he made several mistakes. Those are the things I think he should have won basically. However, with the Aswan that I have seen, and I have I've observed, I think that Aswan had a better opportunity with managing resources and relationship. So for me, it was a confidence building mechanism to have looked at Aswan to say this man will have better answers to the problem. You see, but Ogbawolo wasn't supposed to even be a choice. See, in a sense of a growing economy, in 2024, for any state in Nigeria, to think that a man in the capacity and quality of contesting for governor was a disappointment in the first place. So for me, the party was insulting us. And I say that the sitting governor, so respectfully, the party insulted us that his candidacy and everywhere that it wasn't even a choice, it wasn't a first class or second class choice. It was a political drama and a position that Oshomole wanted to have that gave rise to Ukpewolo to have become a mistake that now happened, right? Unfortunately, Let them go ahead whatever they are doing. God forbid this man remains in office as governor. It's only going to be a matter of time. Those that thought that we are going to hate on Obaseki to vote Okpebholo, there will be a time for them to sit back and relax. Nigeria has suffered it. For 8 years, all of us are still singing the praise of Jonathan. And guess what? Jonathan was president. If you go back to read through Jonathan's government, it wasn't the best of president. We see had corruption in Jonathan's government. We see had abuse of power. We see had a few things that were not right. But then again, but look at it. Government anywhere close to what Jonathan represented, the answer was no. So if you think Obaseki was bad, Obaseki did not please you, Obaseki wasn't right, and at the end of the day, you now went on to Okpebholo, not worry, we'll be here. We will be here to see the results. Right. Not worry, now small time.
Thank you very much, my brother. I appreciate you. Give us a mandate. You're on the backstage, but I couldn't see your face. But unmute yourself quickly. I don't know if you have anything you want to say, because I need to let our brother go in the next 5 minutes. Unmute yourself, give us a mandate if you are there, or I should just move on. Okay, if you are not unmuting yourself and I cannot see your camera yet, I'll leave you on the backstage for now. Okay, I appreciate every one of you, my people. Thank you so much for your time. I promise next time our brother come here, he will spend more time with us. But they have appointment in the next 10 minutes, he told me, so we have to keep to that. Mr. Common Sense, thank you very much for coming in today. I would like you to address everybody in 2 minutes so that we can... Thank you.
I will say this, and this has been my very impressive focus. You see, the penalty of refusing to participate in the processes is to continue to allow our inferiors. See, I have never been perturbed and disturbed with the number of Agberus and touts that are now in this state. Look at from the state chairman of the APC to the sitting cabinet to all of these guys masquerading as boys and youth. It is disappointing, because the Edo that I relate with, that I have fly the flag everywhere, is an intellectual, smart, brilliant, exposed Edo. Unfortunately, we have operations in Edo State now that we are not proud of. All of us intellectuals in this state should take this as a challenge. It is time we begin to network within ourselves, build synergy, and this nonsense will not happen again in the next 20 years. Because this is clearly embarrassing. Because if there were 2 intellectuals in this government, people would have been calling these guys to order. People would have been ashamed to say, even if you're in court, no, anybody can go to court for any reason. But you see, the amount of disappointment, this drama already happen everywhere, is a fallout of the fact that in the last 10 years, I said in one of my videos, the Agberos that were Agberos in 2020 in Lagos, some of them are in House of Rep, some of them in Senate. But the same Agberos that were Agbero in 2012, in 2010 in Edo, they are not growing. And those of us that are supposed to have taken over the space, we don't allow these guys full everywhere. It is time that the intellectuals, the smart people, begin to ask serious questions and get to this state. We can no longer sit at the backdrop. It don't do, because we are allowing these guys give us a bad record and a bad impression. Yahoo boys will give us bad name. Curtis will give us bad name. Now we are like bad name. If you talk now, say you come from Edo, they will say, hey, the time has stopped. Make all of us wake up and rise up. Thank you so much, sir, for this opportunity. God bless you. And I pray that we'll continue to get it better. Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Common Sense. Now God bless you too. I really do appreciate your time with us today. Guys, we are letting him to go right now. As you can see right there on the screen, Mr. Common Sense, subscribe to his channel, and he will often join us here whenever we need his voice on what is affecting us across the country. Thank you very much, my brother. Have a good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone right there. Yes, it's a short one. It's a short one. I appreciate you all. Thank you very much for your time. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you, my people. But I would just like us to talk now. Let's give our own submission, 8 minutes, so that we can round up the show. So I'm going to go back again to the first person on the panel, which is Black Panther. Black Panther, thank you very much, my brother, for your questions earlier on. But in case you have a submission, please pass it on. 8 minutes. Okay, Black Panther, you're not there. I'll just move on. Destiny Wosu, if you are there, please unmute yourself. Your 8 minutes starts now. Thank you, sir. Okay, Destiny, you are not there. Mr. Labo, please unmute yourself, sir. Your 8 minutes starts now.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Najawash.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Nigerians. It's already first time because it's to ask question. I didn't have time for pleasantries. But now let me just use this opportunity to appreciate everyone on the comment section and the Nigerians who are watching and the mommy diaspora, Najawash, our boss man, the big man. It is not easy what you're doing. We appreciate you. We will continue for this your platform that you've put to make Nigeria a better one. God will bless you and keep you healthy. Sickness will be far from you and your family. So let
Amen.
me just stand on the existing protocol and continue as we push for a better Nigeria. We are just talking about Edo State. We're just appealing to see, because I know Edo that I know can move to the street. These few people cannot overpower the Edo people. But everyone are relaxed. People, nobody wants to move out again now in Nigeria. People are just scared of the kind of fear we have for APC. It's another thing, the APC government. I've never seen this in Nigeria. That has made me to understand. You're talking of the CSOs. We don't hear of them. The civil society, you don't hear them talking. Nobody is raising concern again. Nobody is talking again in Nigeria. That made me to understand that the real opposition that we have then and the CSOs is being sponsored by the government in power. That is why most of them who are CSOs today, I am telling you, I don't want to say I'm alleging I am sure most of them who cannot talk today, we are on the payroll of people in government today. So they cannot fight their boss who sponsored them against Goodluck Jonathan to destroy the PDP government. Today, APC, as soon as APC went into power, during Buhari time, they were talking a little. But as soon as the main man get into power, everywhere, everyone went back. You don't see people come out again to talk. Just to be, for us to know that these people are being sponsored by people. They were not really fighting for Nigerians. They were being paid by someone. They were on the payroll of someone. Even our bishops, our top pastors are on these people payroll. They are fasting for them. They are praying for them. It's a waste of prayers, because God will just look in heaven and look at you. During the days, as we read in the Bible, the bishops, the prophets, they rebuke kings. Samuel will go to kings and caution them. He will talk to them and rebuke them. Say, if you don't stop this, this is the consequence of your action. But today in Nigeria, the prophet, you think they will speak truth to power, like our bishop, the blessed memory of Idahosa, during military government, who can speak truth to power without any fear. But today, the civilian government, those people who call spiritual leaders can't speak truth to power. They are scared because they are on the payroll. They are now organizing fasting to pray for criminals, organizing fasting for people who are not ready to repent. The door is open for you, as God said, is the entrance. Choose light or darkness. It's two options. People who have already decided to say, my option where I'm going is say, fire. I've sold my soul. I am after Nigeria money. I want to gather all this weight. I want to capture power. Are the people you are wasting your prayer for? That is why yesterday I was talking. America is the same this God. Canada is the same this God. United Kingdom is the same this God. Is Nigeria God a different one from the one that created the whole world? This is the problem, the hypocrisy we found in Nigeria. That is why we are where we are today.
because people have refused to speak truth. People who pretend to speak the truth are speaking because they are in opposition. That is, you see how my hatred for APC government with passion is because in 2012, these people came to deceive Nigerians. They came to deceive Nigerians. They told us that a subsidy is a scam. That subsidy you can't remove. They carry Jonathan from coffee casket to casket, deceiving us that this man does not like Nigerians. This man does not want Nigeria to succeed. That Nigeria should not believe in this man. That Nigeria should reject Goodluck Jonathan. And they deceived Nigerians and took power from PDP. The same thing that APC criticized PDP of, APC have done Nigeria 120 times of what PDP have done to Nigerians. The same people who say they want to come and fight corruption are more corrupt than the PDP government. That is my hatred for these people called APC government, because they made the deceive Nigerians. Nigeria fall into their trap. Like our brother Common Sense said, you see somebody who do not even have any certificate was the one they brought. They say, hey, they compare him to the one that brought Malaysia out of this. Compare him for great people who have done things, intellectual people. Comparing an illiterate to, he say he's going to change Nigeria. They deceived Nigeria and brought him because of hatred, because they want to capture power. And they brought him, this man, Grand Nigeria, took us to 50 years backward. And the next one come and say he wants to ride on the thing that one have done on his foundation to do, taking us again, back again to centuries. It's quite unfortunate that we have fallen into the trap of this APC government. And the same people who pretend to say they are Democrat, they pretend to Nigeria say they are Democrat when they were opposition, when they were governors in their state. They challenge Obasanjo. Nigeria, they deceive Nigeria to say they are Democrat. Today, nobody can speak as an opposition. Today, they have destroyed opposition. The same people who pretend to be Democrat. Is quite unfortunate, and many people are still falling for them. You cannot see a criminal and say the criminal, give a criminal power and think a criminal will come into power and repent. Is no. I don't know where that one can happen. It's impossible that a criminal will come into power. Even when he was not in power, he has found his way and what he wants to do. Now you hand over power plus what he is, and you give him power, and you think he will repent when you know that power and money intoxicate people. Nigerians, the only way forward for us is for us to wake up and begin to push for this electoral reform. That is the only option we have to put the right people in place, to put the right leaders in place, who we can elect and take responsibility for any of their failures, to say, yes, we elected him. If he failed, we know he failed. Then we will know to take our decision again to return that person out of that place. So let us begin to push for this electoral reform, because the APC government is not willing for that. But we, the citizens, we have the power to push for this electoral reform. And the power we have, we can do that. And we can take this power and this key and padlock from these evil politicians who had captured Nigeria. Let's begin this move. Use your voices, use your social media handles, use any group you belong to. Begin to speak to people. Begin to start this campaign so we can take back our country. A greater Nigeria is possible. And I truly believe. God bless us and God bless our great country.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alabo. God bless you, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that submission. But I'd like us to move on now to Madam Patricia. Madam Patricia, please unmute yourself. Your 8 minutes starts now. Give us your submission on what we presented so far. Thank you, ma'am. Kamala Patricia, you're not there. I'll move on. Please, everybody be close to your mic. I don't have time to wait for anybody to unmute themselves. Mr. Henry, thank you very much, sir. Good evening to you. Please talk to us. You have 8 minutes.
Yeah, Mr. Ellis, thank you once again. You see, if you look at Donald Trump, no matter how people don't like him or whatever, he came in, before he came in, he have his cabinet already. He won the election already, he have his cabinet, he make everything ready. As he came in, he changed a lot of things that need to be changed. He called things to order. He's in charge. Let's assume INEC give Okpebholo as the governor of the state. He could not be in charge of the state. That is my problem. He could not even be in charge of the state. Lawlessness everywhere, agboroism everywhere. Because somebody who push him to the Edo people is the godfather of the Agberos, Oshomole. Oshomole is the same person. Like, as long as they are calling Obaseki every time, it's Oshomole you have to call. Oshomole brought Obaseki to the people of those states. As long as Obaseki faced some part of his governors, he faced some part of his agenda, he faced some things he didn't do right. But this lawlessness was too obvious right now. You could be in charge. As long as the court is still there, still do something for the state to say peaceful, to show there's no people that you are with them. I'm not saying it. It is time for all Edo State, home and abroad, to always put from your social media handle, talk about the situation in Edo State, because the governor and people in charge, who are in charge of Edo State, who are there, and under those who are in Nigeria, we should wake up and stand up firm against this lawlessness that's going on in the state right now. Because I could not, anything I think about it, I feel angry. I was talking to my brother today about this issue. It was hungry. I was hungry. There's no space to say Agberu is a Democrat. I don't want to hear that in my ear here. How can you justify people who are lawless? You said they want to find who they want to court to make sure the judiciary bring the rightful winner of the election. Why not make peace? Now we don't know how the case is going to be right now, because if an arrest is in the court, the judges and judges and all others will be afraid, because call will be coming from somewhere. It's time for the Edo people to wake up from their slumber. Not concern me, not concern me. And those who are living in Western country, I don't think such thing will happen in the state where you live on. Praising thugs. We're going to vote next month, February, in Germany. We're going to vote our new chancellor. They will send post already. Those who want to vote, vote without no stress. I don't have a political party here. I vote. We say we want to vote for this person, we'll vote this person out. This is how we do it here. Do you see thuggery in overseas in election? When you come to this one brought this person, we're not talking about not brought now. We're talking about the moment right now. Is it proper? Let's condemn it. Then we go back to who brought this, who don't brought that. Let's condemn it every day, every time we speak. But it's so alarming, so shameful. Other states are developing. We are there destroying things. People are scared to invest in the state. People are ready to come home. You are in the Western country. You are telling people these guys are they are smart. I don't call it smartness. They are dull. They don't go to that state to see how development the state are. These are people who say they don't go to school. You should have told your governors or whatever you have there, hey, please, we want this road to be tied. We want this thing to be. Now the federal government said everybody should have a 24-hour electricity. Let's try to make Edo State have 24-hour electricity. Nothing like that. All they know is their own pocket self-interest. And somebody, we have this God on the mind who lives in Western country telling these people are Democrat and they are good people. Good for what? You don't want. I don't think you love Edo State. I don't think you want the development for that country. Forget about who bring this, don't bring that. Let's call this spade a spade. These guys are bringing shame to Edo State. It's not the same Edo State I was living before I left this country. I left Nigeria. I left Nigeria in 1997. During June 12th. I live in Ugbo there. June 12th. We started from that way there. During the military time. I don't think all these people, these ones who come to Ugbo and make noise like this, somebody will kill them, calm them somewhere, put them somewhere, disturbing the whole piece of Edo State. These two short rats, short people like this. And people will be here trying to romance them because they are scared to speak. I put my picture there extra for them to scream me there. I put extra for you people to scream me there. I'm pure blood of that state. I control that state before I leave. I control some part of that state before I leave that state. You don't come and bring lawless in that state. Be shame to the state. And some people will be here justifying this, their madness. I call it madness. It is time for us to tell the people the truth. We want the state to look better. These are not working there. Infrastructure is zero. Most of Nigerians now, most of those today, they build house in other states, Lagos. Nobody want to come to build house in Benin. Nobody want to invest in Benin because of this bunch of riffrats. And these are somebody's fathers. Look at grown-up men call themselves youth. Like my age, I cannot call myself youth. Am I crazy? You guys should check up your mind properly if you really love Edo State and stop romancing this bunch of criminals who call themselves thugs. They are criminals who beat market women, bus drivers. Oh, I hope people saw the way they beat bus drivers in Edo State right now. The way they treat market women. This is not the beginning. If the court case go otherwise, said they have to continue ruling, I'll see what people are going to say this time. They are Democrats. As long as if they beat your mother, your auntie in the streets of Benin, your father in the streets of Benin when he's driving, then I'll see you're going to call them Democrats here. Because these guys are not good.
All right,
not be encouraged.
Thank you, Mr. Henry. Your time is up. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you. Thanks for your submission.
Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Patricia, are you ready now?
Yes. Sorry. I was on a call.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You have 8 minutes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
I don't get even 8 minutes. I'm not sure see foolish. Thank you again. Mr. Common Sense, thank you for coming to our platform. But like I said, I have not been following you. Like Mr. Elvis has given us your link. I will look for you and follow you. Okay? Keep up with the good work. We need more of this type of platform to keep speaking. Yes, we cannot leave these people to think that someone is doing what we're supposed to do. We all have to speak. It's like if I think you are doing something and I don't do something, which means, and you don't know that I'm not doing something, so then nobody will do it. Let's do this thing as though we are the only one doing it. That's what I always tell people. It doesn't matter how many of us are doing something, as long as you are doing your own part of it. Yeah, be rest assured that it will always have a reward. That's what I know. So Donald Trump is in. That's my guy. who want hang, make it hang go. Or you, like Mr. Evie say, if now 75, 78 floor, you want from jump down, hit your head now, you go better make it just do one. Because to be honest, the world was going gaga, you know. The past how many years now? 4 years, 5 years. It has been really, really something that normal people cannot, you know, reckon with. But abnormal people think, oh yes, it's development, it's new, it's the new, what they call it, new era. People need to move on, it's evolution, whatever. You know, evolution, yes, but you cannot forget your basics. The basis of humanity, we know what it is. So anybody that is deviating from that is satanic and evil. So, and that's what it has been projected. So, and he came back and is turning, you know, throwing all those, scrapping all those satanic, you know, laws over there. You know, WHO and the rest, we know what they did during COVID. So I don't want to go into it, but I know a lot of people know what happened. But many people are still ignorant of the fact, thinking that they are saviors. The one that came to save you 2,000 years ago, you are not embracing him. And you know, these people that you think that they want to save you, you will own nothing and you'll be happy. I don't know how you are going to own it. You will own nothing. I don't know how anybody will own nothing and be happy. I can't see that. God give ownership. Man want to give you nothing and tells you you will be happy. And you are happy to go to those conferences and clap and say, yes, they want your good. Don't worry. After they're taking everything from you, you know, then who owns it? They. When they deny you not to fly, you can only fly maybe once in 2 years or 3 years, but they will enter their flight and jet off anytime they want. And that's the whole thing they are setting the whole world for. People are clapping and saying, yes, they are good. You are, you people need to wear another spectacle. It must be that your minds are blind. That's why you cannot see. You know, so for me, this is a savior. And truly, what he said that God saved him for this purpose, I believe 100%. It's not, God didn't save him just for America. God saved him to save the whole world from this evil that was already beclouding everybody. And few people know the truth. And the ones that doesn't know, they were the ones, more than the ones that know. So I thank God that truly is there. He said he will bring peace. In fact, a day before he was sworn in, you already saw agreement of peace was already, signed. So what are we talking about? That's what we want. We don't want people spilling innocent oil just like that because of warmongers. People that just like to make money out of other people's suffering. And many cannot see it that way. So for me, I'm happy. Thank God he's there. And he stopped all this shenanigan and madness of telling me that you have more than how many 2 genders. They were already going on into the hundreds of genders. You can imagine where this will end up. So for me, I say it again, God answers prayers. We prayed, we've been praying, and we can see every one of our prayer coming to fruition. So for me, it made my day. And I'm looking forward to what next is coming. If Nigeria is good, if Nigeria is aligning and want the good of people, I believe they will not have problem with Trump. I don't think they will have problem with him. But if we are satanic, then we will have problem. So I don't know. I think the 8 minutes don't go only for Trump will not take go. Because why? It's important we talk about it. Thank you, Mr. Harris. I'll leave it here.
Thank you very much, Mother Patricia. Thank you very much, ma, for your voice on this broadcast today. I appreciate you very much. Thank you, everyone, right there. Thank you so much. Thank you, Judge Blue Shell, for the super chat earlier on. God bless you. May pocket never run dry. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you, everyone, right there. Mr. Pansat, Kislugirahi, Dewale Babayale, and many others. I know I could not mention names today, and so we take start. Please understand with us. Peggy Modi, thank you very much. Stella Ima Sevedo, thank you very much, man. Thanks yesterday. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you, every one of you, and God will bless you now. I would like us to quickly move on now to the next person to speak to us. Black Panther, if you are there, please give us your submission now. So if I don't know if you're available because this is the second time they call you now.
I'm available. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Your 8 minutes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, can you hear me clearly now? Nigerian Watch.
Yes. We can hear you.
Okay. Thank you so much. I want to thank everybody for speaking out, hearing your own view, and your views are expected. This is left for the audience to digest it and they analyze it and see and filter it out to see the truth from it. And I want to thank everybody that has spoken. I want to thank Mama in diaspora. May God bless you. More grace to you. Nigeria Watch, you're doing a great job. And Mr. Common Sense, kudos to you. Keep doing the good work. And despite you are doing the good work, not that you are perfect, but just keep doing the good work. Because there are some analysis we need to analyze where we might be rough, but that does not mean that we are not going to follow you. Everybody has his own path, and everybody have things is right to speak. I want to start from the release of Ekweremadu's wife from jail in England. I want to say kudos to the judicial system in the UK, and I believe that they've learned their lesson, and I believe what they've learned, they will be renewed and they will come back and start doing the good works in Nigeria. They will come back and join the bandwagon of the people speaking the truth and correcting the abnormalities in the country. They have almost sunk down. So I pray the wife start preaching good news, good message of turning Nigeria to a real state, not what they participated in and brought us to where we are today. I believe she's going to turn a new leaf. On Tinubu's son being endorsed by former OB manager during the election, I'm not surprised. This is the Nigerian people, the way they do things, the way they somersault, and the way they want their pocket to be filled. It happens in Edo State. That's why there's a word that normally says that if you want to hide anything from a Nigerian, write it in a book and give the book to him. He will never know anything. He will keep on going, dancing to the Kabama dance of the politicians. That is what we used to do, and that is what we are continuing to do if we don't change our mindset of really finding out, going on your research, talk to people and dig it out and bring out a refined projection forward for Nigeria. Now he has jumped into the bandwagon of a boy that that boy cannot administer Lagos State. He cannot. Because now that he's there now, for how long has he participated in the political terrain of Edo State? Sorry about that. Has he participated on it? No, he hasn't done anything. All of a sudden, he woke up. He wants to become a governor of a state. He wants to become a governor of a state. That's not that. And a person that stood for Obi that manages time, he's going there to jump into the bandwagon that he can become a state governor, not noticing who is behind it. A father is a president, then the son become the governor, and they stifle Lagos State wealth, stifle Nigeria's wealth, and what do we have? And we sit down there because we want money in our pocket. We join the bandwagon. That is not right. And I will say here that if we keep on doing that, we will never have a way forward in Nigeria. I'm not against his right contesting, but it's not the right person to become Lagos State governor. There are people there that have the mind like Peter Obi to rule Lagos State and make it a state for everyone, because it was the former capital of Nigeria. So we must bring in somebody that will garnish the entire country, which comes down to Lagos State to seek for their daily needs, and they are being thrown out, their buildings being destroyed because it comes from so place. And you want to bring somebody who practiced it, the origin of it all. You want to bring his son in there. I'm not a postulate of that, but he has the right to contest. But I'm not a postulate of making his son. I will never vote for him if I have the opportunity to vote for him. I'll move to Trump. As you all know, our president was inaugurated, the president of J.J. Trump, the 47th president of the United States, 45th and the 47th president of the United States of America. Like I would say, Trump is not a savior. Anybody that comes here to say it's a savior is never a savior. On so many things he came in to do, what he signed, yeah, that some about 90% of it, every American agree with it. But some parts that they don't agree on are analyzed today. And you see the bishop standing on the limit, telling him to his face. Most of you might not have known that Trump his father was an immigrant who came into America, and he has to pass through the process. He has to change his status. And his wife was an immigrant who got a visiting visa, and he has to change his status illegally because he didn't get an immigrant visa in. Some of us are opportunity to get our immigrant visa in here directly from Nigeria, where you have been vetted for 3 years. But when it comes to immigration, what many people don't understand about America, if you are not in America, you don't play the local politics, you don't know what is happening. Everything that they wrote out there is subject to reputation by those that live inside America. He's never a savior. He's a politician. He's a businessman. He's a very conservative businessman. Everything goes to his pocket. But when it comes to ruling, he is not perfect, but he is a changed man. If you watch the body countenance when he was sworn in, he is a changed man. That is what we see. It was not like before. He is a changed man. He has done a good sign-off of presidential signing off, but there are some that he has done wrong. He granted pardon to 1,500 people who were convicted of storming the house of the people, which was illegal. He granted them, they now call that one a savior. Will Jesus Christ does what he did? Will Jesus Christ do it? And I want to thank you, Mr. Nigerian Watch. I will speak on Edo State fully in my next term. I will speak fully on it so that we understand what is going on in Edo State. Thank you.
All right, Black Panther, thank you very much, my brother. I appreciate you. Thanks for your submission. But I'd like us to move on. Give us a mandate. I don't know if you're there. If you're there,
let the next person go. Let the next person go.
All right, that's fine.
I was going to call me earlier, but let the next person go.
Thank you very much, Midwest people. Thank you very much, sir, for your time with us today. Good evening to you. Happy New Year to you. Please talk to us, sir.
Good evening, Nigerian Watch. If my distance is not clear, you can skip me. Then maybe in the next 10 minutes, I will be okay.
Okay,
but I hope you are hearing me.
Let me come back to you. Okay, that's fine.
Is it
back
clear?
to you, sir.
Okay.
I'll come back to you. That's fine. Take your time. Abdul Malik, thank you, sir, for your time with us today. Good evening to you. Talk to us, sir. 8 minutes.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Nigeria Watch. Good evening, everybody in the panel. Good evening, Nigeria. OBX campaign manager endorsed Seyi Tinubu to be next Lagos governor. If I may ask, Seyi Tinubu, is he a politician? Is he participating for any politics before? The answer is no. We know we started politics from the ground root, right? You have not been councillor, you have not been chairmanship. How can you just jump into governorship? You see, Nigeria has become just like family affair business. That is what we are seeing now. Somebody they have never participated in any politics before, but now he want to just jump in.
Abdul Malik, we can't hear you anymore. Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I hear you, Mr. Elvis.
Okay, Abdul Malik, your network have issue. We need to come back
I'm
to
hearing
you.
you, Mr. Nigeria. I'm hearing
but
you.
What's happening to your network? You paused, sir.
You hear me now?
Yeah, you are back. Please go ahead.
Sorry. But I'm hearing you right from the time. As I was saying, Seyi Tinubu, you have never participated for any politics before. But how can now suddenly he jump into governorship in a state like Lagos? It's one of the biggest states in Nigeria. If it's not the one, because how many population is living in Lagos? Almost 20 million. That was there, like almost 20 million people are living there. Nigeria has become like a family business. That is what we are seeing now. Is it how are we going to make the country move forward? People are just trying to get what they can get to do what is not right. Look at what this man just did now. How can you endorse somebody that has not participated in politics before? That is not normal. How can you run the government? How can you make the country run the government of the state? Lagos is not a small state. What a country are we living? Are we going to continue like this? The answer is no. Look at the electoral reform since how many years now? They have been talking about the but till now, there is no update. And before you know, ending of 2025 to 2026, there will be campaign about presidential election coming 2027. But now there is nothing that they have done about the electoral reform. Okay, now, even though they win the election again 2027, what are we going to say? You see, we have how can we make this country good for our people? How? Because few people are benefiting from the system. And those people, they don't want the country to be better. Because they are benefiting, they forget about their generation. What are you going to get today? Rather to forget your generation, unborn generation to come in. Why can't you fight for your generation as other countries do? Now you will get something today before you know tomorrow is finished. You are fighting for another one. We need to do something about this. It's not getting right. I'm happy Trump get in because if Trump was in presidential that 2023, I believe this thing it will not happen. Because Buhari will be scared somehow. Yeah, he will be scared. I believe. But let's see what to do. But the citizens of Nigeria, they are the problem of the country. They need to do something about their country, to take their country back. Because they cannot just keep quiet. Look at everything in Nigeria today. Nothing is moving. But the citizens, they relent, they don't even care. But you are suffering, you don't even care. Okay, now, who is it going to help? International body cannot just involve. Let's you started it before they involve. Like UN, they can't just involve. You must start it before they involve. That is what they are waiting for. We are a big problem. We're a big problem in Nigeria. Big, very, very big one. All they know just to steal money, to embezzle money. All they are the same. All the politicians, they are the same people. From the councillor to the presidency, from local government to federal, they are the same. We need to fight those people. They are the one that make Nigeria with what it is today. They are the people that cause it. I come to this Donald Trump about homosexual issue or transition, and you say, all those people that they are practicing those things, I don't really know what they are gaining. If I may ask, if their parents that brought them to this world practice the same thing, how are they going to come this world? Have you ever heard man to man give a birth? It can never. Okay, why are they doing it? This is abomination, not good. In the eyes of God, it's not good something. But the world I come to, I don't really understand where are we going to in this world. Ask them that word, they will not answer you. Those are devilish something, evil something. Immediately when you have it in mind, you are evil. Yes, you are evil. If it don't retreat you in your mind, you are evil person. How come you are practicing something if it's not good? It's not written in Bible, it's not written in Quran. Okay, why are you doing it? And you cannot produce you cannot give something like you. They say they can't. Okay, why are you doing it? Why? The answer, they don't have answer, but they just do it like phones. I don't know, the world is turning to another thing. Edo State issue. Those people in Edo State, their father, their mothers, right? They need to question themselves because they are disgracing themselves in the eyes of the world, not only Edo State. Yeah, they need to question themselves to sit up and to do the right thing to the people of Edo State. Yeah, because what they are doing now is just like they don't know, even 10 years old born, he can never do this. They are just coming on air to disgrace themselves. They don't even care just because of self-interest, what they will get. What type of Nigeria are we living? It's like they still have only mentality, you understand? Only mentality. They don't even think. And the world have gone beyond that. But they don't have that IQ. I don't know if they don't watch internet, what is happening in the world. It's very bad, understand? Because we need to fight for our people. Thank you very much, Mr. Nigerian. Thank you very much.
Let me come to Mazin Prince. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us today. It's been a while. Happy New Year to you. Please talk to us, sir. Good evening to you.
Yes, happy New Year. Well, I think I spoke last week on something of that nature. And please, if you don't mind, it looks like somebody's mic is open. Yes, yes.
Okay, yes. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Anyway, talk to us. Thank you, sir. 8 minutes.
Yeah. So for me, yes, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to every other person. I just want to dwell on the protocol already established. First, let me start with the guest we had earlier, which was common sense. I am in his platform. He's a good guy. For some reason, I just wanted to stay away from Edo State election. You know, if not, I always consider myself Edo State as part of me because I schooled in Edo State, so I know very much about Benin and all that stuff. So that's that. But to say he's a good guy and I love what he does. Let me also move forward and come to American politics. In as much as I wouldn't love to use vulgar words or disparage anyone because we are all free to support what we want to support. But can I ask a question? My question goes, I don't need anybody to answer it. You know, it's something, if anybody needs to ponder on it, ponder on it. There's always a saying that says, show me your friend and I will tell you who you are. If we say Trump is a messiah, I will say this: it's laughable. It's laughable. And it's so insane that as a Christian that we are, and say, oh, don't be stupid about the aggregate people and all that kind of a thing. What a world! The deception that people believe in. It's so appalling that sometimes I think about it and I say, you know what? Is this all about religion or is this all about human beings? The same person we are saying that he's saying that America is recognizing male and female. It's the same person that have an aggregate person as a treasury secretary. His friend is in the Senate. It is so sure of what he's saying. That his friend that is in the Senate, Lindsey Graham, to retire or resign. I am not here to judge anyone. I'm not going to judge anyone. But to tell you the truth, you see this stuff he's digging himself into, is bringing America back. He's going to face a lot of lawsuits already. He's even going for bet rights. He already have him in court. Before you know it, it will be 4 years. Do you have to dwell on all these things? The same person that says he's a peacemaker is the same person that is about to start a trade wars with Canada, with Mexico, and with Denmark. I would say he's a peacemaker. What a word! What hypocrisy! Do you know him? We are not God. We cannot judge anybody. I refuse to be part of people that will judge other people. Trump is a fraud. He's always been a fraud, and he will never stop being a fraud, whether you like it or not. And why I'm saying it? Because I went to school. And at some point, I was like, what am I doing in here? And then later on, it was found out that school is a fraud. And he has already collected money from people. Or is it business we're talking about? Tell me the successful business that this man has ever done. He went into airline, his airline crumbled. He went into state, his state crumbled. He went into even the hotel. It's because of influence, political influence that he's using. I will come here. Oh, he's a messiah. He's a change man. He's not a change man. We will all be here. My happiness is that we will all be here. No matter how we hate, some people will say, oh, because they hated what Obama did and all that kind of a thing. I supported Jonathan. But my problem with Jonathan was because when things were being done, Jonathan had the opportunity to prosecute people. He never did. They gave him all the positions. Did he do it? No, he did. Other people, Desiani from River State was being brought in by Amechi. I said to tomorrow, I just look at Amechi and I shake my head. Or is it spokespeople like Ruben Anderson and other people? They were all in this thing together. Even this one that is disgracing himself, Reno Mokri, going up and down. His problem is to bring a tribal war. But he will never succeed. So sometimes I tell people, please, believe in what we want to believe in. We don't generalize it. We will all be here. Whether if he likes or he wants to chase everybody away, we will all be here. Look at the woman that spoke, the bishop that spoke, that told him that please in his devotion, all the seekers was please have mercy on these people, tamper justice with mercy. Now he's saying that the woman should be taken out of that place. That she needs to apologize and be taken out of that place. What a word! What a world we live in. Hypocrisy everywhere. That's why they said that it will be easier for the head of a camel to go through the eye of a needle than to have certain people be in that kingdom of God. So we have to practice what we preach. We should be able to see our neighbors, not our neighbors, as ourselves. How many people do we see on the streets that need our help and we help them? But all we want to do is to judge them. Is it a good thing that I will see a Mexican being deported today and I'll be happy? Is it a good thing that I'll see a Nigerian, my fellow Nigerian, being deported and I'll be happy? That makes no sense. Thank you, Nigerian words. I'll rest my case here, please. I'll rest my case. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Mazi Prince. Thanks for your submission. God bless you. I appreciate you, sir. All right. Midwest people, are you available now? Or give us a mandate. Are you available now? We are giving our final submission to 2 minutes now. Okay, none of you is responding. Ogap, Prince Alabo.
Let me just go. I'll come after.
All right. Prince Alabo, please give us your final submission. 2 minutes, sir. Thank you very much.
Najawash, I'm here, please.
Mr. Najawash. Yeah, thank you, sir. I will appeal for something. I have a very, very important information I want to pass. I don't know if you will give me a little time. It's concerning Rivers State.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, sir. That's fine. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. Yeah, you can see on the news today that the people of Ogoni land visited President Tinubu yesterday. Yeah, it's a sad situation to the people of Andoni. When you are talking about the Ogoni land cleanup, there are people that are suffering the impact of that pollution and spillage. Who are the people of Andoni? Andoni is the Ijaw ethnic in Rivers State. They does not belong to Ogoni people, the land. They are Andoni people. It's a local government. They are Ijaw people. But the Ogoni cleanup is covered by these people they call Ogoni cleanup, and they ignore them. During the UNEP report, they went to Andoni River to capture those spillage you are seeing. As I'm talking to you, the means of livelihood, I've raised this concern before on this platform of the people of Andoni, which they know, the aquatic business, the mangrove, the premikun, all the seafood, this pollution, this spillage have destroyed. So the environmental degradation that has impacted these people so much, the federal government have abandoned the people of Andoni. As I'm talking to you, a community called Ataba Kingdom in Andoni, who shares boundary with Border, that suffer the impact of this pillage, which they cannot go to fishing anymore. The whole fish in the river, they can't go to the river and get anything. When you step into the river, there is no potable water for people to drink. This thing has impacted them so much. They have changed the name of these Ataba people. putting them as if they are all Ogoni people. No. And the federal government, the UNEP and Shell, they are aware of this. Shell has been in Ataba for several times. They would deceive Ataba. We are coming, we are going to get your people involved. As I'm talking to you, the Ogoni people come all the way to the Ataba land, doing a cleanup round without Ataba people getting involved. They claim the whole of those land. This same thing, that is why I'm using this medium. I know it will go far. Happened in 1992. Check on your Google, you will see the history. Ken Sarawiwa tried to claim Andoni to say it's Ogoni land. He resort to a serious crisis that lasted over a year. It was a Abacha government in 1993, I think so, that intervened a lot of lives. They destroyed the community of Andoni only in the name of they want to capture Andoni to put them under Ogoni people. Andoni is not Ogoni land. Andoni has contributed so much to the federal government of Nigeria. If you check, we are one of the local government that is giving Nigeria the highest oil production every month, both on the sea, both on land. But when this thing is happening, they tag it as Ogoni cleanup. But during the report, the place they came to take those pictures, if you check on Google, are all Andoni land, the Atabat Kingdom land, which is under the Andoni local government. At the place they came to take this picture, but they are not in the picture of this cleanup. It all tag Ogoni cleanup. And the major people who are impacted in the Riverland area, we are the fishermen who are in the Riverland area. They are farmers. The river and the boundaries are just different there. After the crisis, the intervention of the military government in 1993 that stopped the war and the crisis of the destruction of Andoni people. They come, there was this boundary, the market, and everything to say, this one is your own, this one is your own. Don't pass this, don't go this. These people are this people. And that resolved that issue. The war ended. But today, Mr. Najawas, as I'm talking to you, President Tinubu invited people. He did not invite the king, the leaders of Andoni, the chiefs were not invited. Which the UNEP, they know this. Shell, they know this. But they ignore it. Secondly, there is a road going through to Boni. That is why I'm using this medium to call on the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the Minister of Environment, Minister of Works, all of them to look into this. Road going to Boni, if you look, check it on the internet, what you will see is border Boni Road. Ask me, does Ogoni people share boundary with Boni? No. It's only Andoni that share boundaries with Boni and the Ogubolo local government. Then the next people you see are Kalabari, who share boundaries with Boni. Ataba, the Andoni, share boundaries with Ogoni. And share boundary little with Opopo Nkoro, share boundary with Ogubolo, share boundary with Akwa Ibom State. Then they share boundaries with Opopo. These are the people. This road is coming from border, which border share boundaries with Ataba Kingdom, which is in Andoni local government. Road is passing through Ataba land, and Andoni is not tagged. They call it a Opopo, border, sorry. They call it border and the Boni Road. Ataba people are not involved. They are not in the war, but the job is going through their land. They are doing the same thing. So I'm just bringing this up. This is the same thing happening on this cleanup. The UNEP came to Ataba land, meet the king, deceive them, sign MOU that this cleanup, they will use Ataba people the same way they employ people in Ogoni land and do everything, do the compensation the way they did in Ogoni land. Ataba people have not received their own compensation till today. People are sitting on it. They have ignored these people. That is why we are passing this message to Ataba people are not happy. Federal government are ignoring this. The marginalization and the destruction that has happened to the land of Ataba through this pillage and the pollution.
that has affected the people of Andoni. We are the one in the river and area. Today, they have ignored them. No one is giving attention. No one is doing anything regarding it. Everything is only tagged the Ogoni cleanup. Nobody is mentioning the Andoni who are suffering the more impact of that very spillage. I know if I'm saying this today, it may be strange to many people, but if they hear my message and they will know the truth that I am talking, the UNEP who came to Ataba, who came to Andoni to do these things, do those reports, they know what I'm talking about. But the Ogoni people are claiming Ataba, changing the name to Ogoni. They are not claiming that the whole place is under Ogoni land, doing everything. Ataba people does not want any war. They don't want any crisis. They don't want to take law into their self. They have approached them peacefully and demand they keep deceiving. So that is why I'm bringing this information. Appealing to the governor of Rivers State to look into this issue. Appealing to the governor of Bayelsa State and the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the NNPC and share directors, they should come and address this issue and carry the people of Andoni, Ataba people, along and put them into the picture. The marginalization is too much for the people of Andoni. This kind of thing is unfair treatment to our people. And they are not happy. They are crying bitterly. The youth are not happy. That is why I'm raising this concern. A lot of things is happening, and they don't want to take laws into their hands. That is why we are using medium to appeal to the federal government to do something about this issue. Andoni is not Ogoni land. Andoni is an autonomous local government of their own. They are Ijo tribe in Rivers State, not Ogoni people. Thank you for this opportunity.
All right,
Mr.
thank you.
Najawash.
Wow, that is a very, very important information right there. I just hope it's passed on. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate you. Madam Patricia, are you with us?
Can I go now? Can I go now?
Okay. Go ahead. You have 5 minutes. Talk to us. Thank you. Give us a mandate.
Okay, thank you very much. Greetings to everyone. All protocols duly observed. I greet everyone. Greetings to you, Mr. Helvis. That's why I greet you. Thank you for all that you do. I do appreciate you. Well, on the whole, I didn't see any of the video, but I think I saw the caption on the platform. Let me start with the issue of Seyi Tinubu. Well, I mean, anybody can choose to do whatever they want to do. It just shows you where the minds and the hearts of people are, where you have their mind, where their mind sits. And it tells you that these guys are not really fighting for Nigerians. They are only fighting for their own pocket and what they want to get and things like that. So, but I mean, we are not, Mr. Evans used to tell us that we are not babies here. We all know what is playing out. And Nigerians are the one that will decide how things happen, and the Lagosians are the one that will decide who becomes their governor in Lagos State. So I will leave that one there. Now, on the issue of Edo State, right? I have said again, I'll continue to say it. Neither Asue nor Okpewolo won the last election. So for me, whatever they are doing in tribunal, let them continue to do it. It would have been my joy and my pleasure if the election was cancelled. The election was cancelled, disannulled, disqualified, and then do a new election, because the election was marred with irregularities, both from APC and PDP, and whoever also play in that nonsense and the evil that happened in Edo State. That was not an election. Just like you have in the federal election, you cannot call the election that brought in the criminal drug baron into office an election. So the same thing happened in Edo State. There was no election that happened in Edo State. Only what happened in Edo State that the highest bidder was the one that got it all. The highest bidder got it all. And so whoever is thinking they want to go to tribunal, continue to go to that tribunal. If you win the election, in my own judgment, none of you won the election. So continue to do your bidding. But the main thing is, when do we stop this old shenanigan? When does this evil stop? When does this evil and criminality stop? Where you now see politicians hire talks. Politicians will go and hire talks to come and displace and disrupt electoral processes. Politicians hire talks to come and help them when it comes to tribunal, because what is happening in tribunal today is that Okpewolo hired these guys. He also paid INEC allegedly. He got the election. So the talks they have to do is bidding to the end, whether in tribunal or anywhere. And if it gets to Supreme Court, he will simply ask. And so what is happening is that there's a federal might that they are using, and there's also a state might, because I mean now he has been sworn in as the governor of the state. So my pain and my concern is for the Edo people. Edo like are the ones suffering this whole thing, because if it continues like this for the next 4 years, you will be surprised. They will tell you, oh, we weren't able to do anything because we have a bunch of court case, and so because of that, nothing was done. Oh, Edo Light, will you guys help me again for the second term? In this second term, I'm going to do something. So it's a show of shame that this is happening. But this is what the politicians, this is what they do. They know what they are doing, but it's only painful that Nigerians are allowing them to be a puppet in the hands of this evil men. Now come to the country where I live. I think the last speaker before Mr. Labo made the announcement said some things that are very, very vital. I'm not against the person of Donald Trump. I'm not against his ambition. I'm not against his pursuit. But one thing is that Nigerians, if Tinubu is not good for you as a president, do you think that Donald Trump, the man with 34 count charges, is good for you? So you think that man is good for America, right? Well, if religion will not play out in Nigeria, but you can easily throw religion to religion to Americans, right? Because you think that is your savior. Well, you may claim that is your savior, but one thing is, I know my savior, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, the one that died for my sin. I know my savior. I know who saved me from my sin. I know who saved me from my sin. So I don't.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Give us
I don't know what your analysis is. Now, then we now go on the issue. Maybe
give us a mandate. Can you hear me? Hello. Give us a mandate.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah. Your minute is over. I was talking. You didn't hear me.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, thank you very much for the time. I do appreciate it. Maybe I will speak more in the next one. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, I don't know if Madam Patricia is still with us. All right. Black Panther, if you are there, final submission, 2 minutes, please.
Nigeria Watch, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. 2 minutes.
Thank you. I want to speak. This is we don't have enough time. If not, we would have said some secret out here, because people need to be educated. Especially people that come up here and speak on America issue. If you are not living there, you cannot speak holistically except you do your diligence in researching very well, critically. Thank you, my brother Mazi, that came here. He stays in California. I know him. People just open mouth and talk. I'm a Republican. I know what I'm saying. Likewise, other Republicans that are here. So we should just don't put on there that is our savior. A man that has 36 count charge, he did not plead guilty in some charges, and you say it's your Lord Savior. If Jesus was to be here, will he do what he's doing? Now, Edo State, people that are saying Agberoism is not in Edo State. I want to. Edo State has been one of the worst states in terms of crime before. If you don't know, I'll bring it back. Agberoism has been in Nigerian politics for the day they created Nigeria. That Agberoism came in, and the class was created. Now, for Nigeria to change, for this Agberoism to stop, you have to create a standard. You have to have a new electoral law. You have to have a new constitution that will shift out the kind of people that comes into power. If you want to look at Edo State, Is Aswe want to be a governor? Is Obaseki want to be a governor? Is this present governor, does he want to be a governor? A man came out of three of them. The Labour Party man came, who has a strategy to nurture Edo State, who can bring about a change. You people decided to go either APC or PDP. That's to show us, do we really want Nigeria to change? And most of you came up with one ideology. One, you said it is the turn of the ESA to rule when we are in a deep mess. Then you said again that, there was one other thing. We should look at the man. We should not look at the party. Those are the two ideologies that they campaign with. And that is what brought Agbado into power. So, my dear Edo people, if you think you can use a PDP or APC to get a good Edo State, you are just joking. Chapter 2, we go start after election, and APC has already won the election because it has already won the panel, because what was spoken there today, they said that the form they brought in, the papers they brought in was not duly signed by authority. So what do you see? What do you see there, my people? What do you see there? That judgment go for PDP. If you go for APC, if you don't listen, go and listen to it very well again. Thank you, Mr. Naija Watch.
Okay, Black Panther, when you are saying APC have already won this state, me I don't understand. Now APC you support that?
Okay, I don't support APC, but APC don't get loophole. The judges will use it because one, when they said a certified true copy was brought forward by PDP to the courthouse, now they have to prove that uncertified copy is a certified copy. And you know how these judges they behave. They look for one loophole and make a judgment. They are giving them the loophole for bringing uncertified copy, not certified by INEC, to the court. Did you hear what the journalist said?
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Let's move on. Thank you very much. I would like to come to Midwest people. Please, you have 2 minutes. Final submission.
Only 2 minutes.
Yes, that's the final submission.
Yes, that's the final submission, sir. I don't know what to submit because I didn't even make something before in the past. So what I will say is that I thank you for your time, and I thank my fellow panelists. And they have said so much. Give you 8 minutes in the past now. What do you use it? You didn't give it to me. I have never used 8 minutes. Hello. Are you hearing me at all? Hello.
You
don't know what's happening.
You
talk just now. Yeah, but I not use 8 minutes. I've never.
No, never use it. Never use 8 minutes.
I didn't use it. So, but nevertheless, let me just use these 2 minutes. I greet everybody, and I've had some.
Okay, you never talk.
Okay, you never talk.
Your network
is bad. I'm getting myself back. Okay, I don't know why it's like that, but let me talk. Maybe is it okay now as I'm talking when you are not talking?
All right, okay, go ahead.
All right, okay, go ahead. You have 8 minutes. I thought you've already given some people for 8 minutes. No.
Really? So you get 8 minutes, right?
I greet the whole house. I greet everybody. I thank you, Naija Watch, for your time, and I greet also my fellow panelists. You know, we have said a lot of things since, and the thing is this: what I've come to realize that those things we are aiming at, the structure is not on ground for any governor or government or people representing to achieve them. And that is why people, they are now aligning fast to see if they can have opportunity to occupy any position. And in doing so, something will come into their purse. I will go straight to my state. Most of these things that we are analyzing here, Agbero, I've heard it so much. I don't even know it's Agbero here because in my state now, when I look at those faces, they are not new to the policy, to the politics of that state. 4 years ago, when we were shouting Togba, I think Ebo Stone was a leading voice, and it was part of those politics and political that brought Obaseki into power. So we didn't call him Agbero then. So, and today they are in a different party, and we are not calling them Agbero. If you look at Oshomole time, most of these faces were there, and even Osumbo time during campaign they were there. So they are a big part of the system. But one thing is very clear. PDP and APC, they are just the same thing. I cannot say APC is bad because Okpebholo is leading Edo State. Even the way Aswen came in, all of them end up in the court of law. And some cases are still there. So they are almost the same thing. And when you look at the tribunal, APC came there as a gentle people from the first day. No toggery. They were not harassing anybody. Only for them to find out that some bodyguards from Aswen were now selecting those that can go into the court hall and those who cannot go in. And they find out these people were not police. They're just private people organized by PDP. And they took action. And that is the genesis of the crisis we are seeing today. People were so hungry. So why must you allow these people? And that's why they are doing what they're doing. So you can see you cannot separate both parties for that behavior. There's no two ways. And anybody who wants to pretend to be separating it, I think that person is being biased, to be honest, to my own submission. They are all the same. And when you look at it, sometimes they know themselves. They will tell you, no, that very particular man inside that vehicle is dangerous. Because they have been together. They drink coffee together. They all work together. I don't know them. I don't think anybody here knows them. But they themselves know themselves. They know the capability. They know how far some people can go. So they are afraid of themselves. That's why they point to those people. They will make sure they expose them before anything happens. And that's what I'm saying there. But let's give the court the chance to do their job. If Aswan lose, does not mean Nigeria judiciary is bad. If Igodaro lose, does not mean they are bad. At times, most of these judiciary also gave us Oshomole those days, the same tribunal. Even Obi became a governor, I think it was also a court process. So there are a lot of things that is going on. So that's what I will say there. Then I also look at this, somebody that you invited who was saying that they are dismantling e-governance. I don't even know what e-governance means, as far as Edo State is concerned. But if it is a system of government that deal with digital recording, keeping record and data in a digital form, Edo doesn't have structure to run that. We have to be honest to ourselves. Except you want to scan the people, you give them one vocabs like digital governor, we can say governor, e-governor, so that they can be silent and while you are siphoning their future. If you talk of e-governance, as far as Europe is concerned, may I feel I'm blessed to live in one of the regions that is even leading as far as the whole Europe is concerned. I can boast of that. So a situation when a new governor came into power and said, I need a financial record of the local government. And people from diaspora, some of them are saying, no, you don't have that power. Local government is autonomous. Come on. I live in a local government that have autonomy, but that autonomy does not stop them not to give an account on monthly basis. And at the end of the year, there is a balance sheet about that local government. So that is how they function. So even the state governor office had to do the same. Then if we really have e-governance, that means Okpebholo just needs some few code, generate its own code and log in and get the information, both from the state and likewise the same local governor chairman. If indeed there was anything iota of e-governance, they can also access the governor's own. And that is how it functions. So we cannot come to baboons and deceive our people with strange words like Edo State don't have anything E. If you have, tell me the number of children that will be starting school next year. Let's go to the Ministry of Education now. Nothing. You just give people tablets. They don't even have a terminal to charge those tablets sometimes. The day there's no charger, the whole of them will stay idle. They can't even read. They can't write with paper again. There's no textbook. In the schools, they don't even have roof. I don't know the E that is there. This is why I'm so confused about the whole issue when they say people are dismantling. E-governor was not there. It's not in existence. Those computers were with some group of people, contract be given to their friends. They collect their shares. They put those stuff there and use it to run things that suit their own ego, not for the interest of the state. Nothing have to do with the state there. If anybody have anything to say about the e-governance, what those state people have benefited, any information or data, come to this platform. You are invited. Tell us that because of the e-governance, we now know the numbers of people that own commerce in our state. The entire business are informal. You cannot have e-governance and you have informal system of business whereby you don't have, you want to collect VAT, the people don't have VAT number. You want to collect tax, they don't have tax number. Even the Ministry of Finance is not even in existence. You use your own ministry of state government office, finance department to replace the entire Ministry of Finance. So we have to be honest to our people that indeed there is a big problem. And if we are crying for a change, we also need to really evaluate the complex of this problem. so that we can speak to specific issue that affected everybody. It's very sad that our country is in the total mess. Neither the past, neither the current one, or neither the ones to come that seems to be having that mind to impact a change. That is my conviction now. I don't even know who to trust. I don't know who to believe upon. Never, no matter their levels of education, no matter their levels of exposure, what we did in Edo State 4 years ago or 4 years plus, supposed to have bring a new foundation to the governance of that state. It's unfortunate we don't have anything to write home about. All these ones we call Agbero, they are Edo indigenes. Somebody also make a reference when Oshomole went to that court. Edo people rise. 4 years ago, Edo people rise. Why are they not rising again now? That's to say something is wrong. They are fed up. Because what they were expecting from the past government, they didn't receive them. They didn't get anything. There's nothing to write home about. So thank you, Najawa. I give the space to another person and let another person also echo their view. Thank you very much.
Oh, God bless you, sir. Thanks for coming to put your voice. Just mute yourself, sir. Mute yourself. Thank you very much for your time. God bless you, sir. All right, Abdul Malik, please, your 2 minutes, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, good evening once again, Mr. Nigerian. This is your bed and real sick now. You know what? Nigeria has become the dictatorship type of government, but some of us, we don't get it that way. Because Nigeria today, there is nothing is working. Even though you go to tribunal, any court you go, they will decide on one particular party, which is we all know. Most of the governor in Nigeria today, there is no one with free and fair election. They all rig themselves into the office. But what happened in Imo State? Everybody say PDP won, but what happened? They give, Labour Party won, but they give APC. We are just, let us stop deceiving ourselves, because Nigeria today is the dictatorship type of government. They decide what to do and who to give. That is what they are doing. They just decide who to give. That is what they are practicing in Nigeria. Even though you go to court, there is nothing will come out of it. And what is going to be the solution? If the citizen they don't take action, there is nothing will change. Yeah, that is what I say, because what they are doing now is just like the Nigeria is captured. Yeah, it's captured. How can somebody just vow that he will give Edo State to APC? And really, it happened. APC did not win election, but see what happened. They just give them they ring themselves into there. Now the state now is mixed. Okay, the citizen there is nothing that they do. I don't really understand. Okay, how can the tribunal will sit up to give the right judgment? Probably no. The answer is no. I don't know how this system will change, because the system now is getting out of hand. It's everywhere in Nigeria, not only Edo State. The only thing they just have to do is just to extort money from the citizen. Just take a look now for bank. The way they are deducting money from your account, you will not expect. Even though you complain, they will tell you, okay, they will do something about it, but there's nothing they will do. That one cannot grow economy. You can't grow economy. You cannot use tax or all those things to grow economy. No. Do productive, understand? Make sure the country is productive. That is how country grow economy. We have many things to produce, but you can't do it. You expect tax. How can tax grow economy? And if people don't work, how can you collect tax from the people? The answer is no. Is it not who pay tax? If you don't work, how can you pay tax? Somebody that is jobless, he cannot pay tax. He cannot afford tax. Yes. I don't understand how the country is going, but it's only way citizens will change the system. But the way the system is going now, there is nothing will change, because we are not true to ourselves. We are all deceiving ourselves for one or two things. Nigeria today, look at now, we have something that we can do that can bring money to the country and it will make the economy grow. But okay, why the government cannot do it? Rather to import something that you can produce, you rather to go and import to buy from outside the country, which is not right. It's not supposed to be that way. You see, they don't have idea because of few people that are benefiting from the system. They are using that aspect to make money. That is the reason why they are doing it, but they forget other majority of people that they are suffering. They don't care. The system is just like they do something what they like to do. They don't care for others. This is what we are seeing now. If really they want to make the country work, look at the last strike, right? The 10 agenda that the professor they demand for. Till today, there is nothing change.
All right, thank you.
Everything is still the same. Thank you very much, Mr. Nigeria.
Thank you very much, sir. God bless you. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right. I guess everybody on the panel will give you their final submission. Mr. Jonathan, thank you very much, sir, for your time with us this evening. Good evening to you, sir.
Are you calling me?
Okay, are you available to give your final submission? And go ahead. If
Yeah.
I want Mr. Jonathan to be the last 2 minutes, go ahead.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, sir?
You go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay, thank you. So I'll take 2 minutes plus 3, right? That'll be 5 minutes, right? Well, thank you very much, Mr. I appreciate you. Well, then on the issue of Donald Trump, like I was speaking earlier, let me just tell you guys what just happened to me now. Please give me 1 second, please. What just happened to me now? I was in the traffic. And somebody parked wrongly. I was also parked. And the person asking me to go and park somewhere else. And the long way, the person tell me that I'm an American. This is America. So, welcome to the world of Donald Trump, Nigerians. I will not say more than that. But if you think that this man is your savior, well, he will save you. And he wants to save your family. That's all I can say. Because all of a sudden now we can easily just put our trust in man and forget about our God and call a man your savior. When even a thief, there were 2 thieves on the cross. There were 2 thieves on the cross. One on the right, one on the left. And one was telling Jesus, said, Jesus, will you allow me to be in paradise with you today? That was a thief. And Jesus told him, he said, today you will be in paradise with me. That was a thief. But today, we forget all of those work of salvation and easily quickly judge people. Well, I'm not against anybody. All I'm saying is that this next 4 years is the part 2 of Donald Trump. I am here with my popcorn. I pray for him to succeed. I don't pray for him to fail. But we all be here to see what happens. Then going back to Nigeria, Edo State, Lagos State, and even the federal, the government should do what is right for his own people. No government in the world maltreats his own people. Do what is right for your people. Take care of the people. Monday or Pawolo, whether by crook or by gray, you are not the governor, as allegedly by INEC. On my own way, you didn't win the election. But please, do what is right for Edo Light. And as many of you supporting Seyi Tinubu, well, continue. When it happens, you will live to see it. Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. I appreciate you. Have a good evening.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, my brother. Give us a mandate. I appreciate you. All right, everybody giving their submission now. Mr. Jonathan, thank you, sir, once again for joining us this evening. Good evening to you. You have 8 minutes, both first submission and final submission. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Elvis. I really appreciate it. God bless you. Not taking it for granted. Thank you very much. I greet fellow panelists, every one of you. Thank you. Mommy Diaspora, God bless you abundantly, ma. And all the panelists, everyone, all the callers rather, and the commenters. I greet everyone. Welcome. You see, let me quickly start from where my brother Give Us Our Mandate stopped. The statement he made moments ago. He said he has his popcorn ready. I have my popcorn. My own popcorn is the jumbo pack. You know, when I go to the movie.
My own plenty too.
You know, when I go to the movie, I always get the jumbo. You know, the jumbo one is beside me. It's a jumbo pack that I have. You know, I'm ready for the next 4 years. I will be enjoying my popcorn.
Baba, you send the wine. Baba, you send the wine to put in the freezer. So that popcorn can go well.
I just always, you know, I want to relate it, you know, to Nigeria. Always, when it comes to this issue of Donald Trump. You know, the way Nigerians were so naive. Some were not naive. Some were deliberate. They knew exactly what they were doing when Agbado came on board. Most were naive. They thought it's going to be, you know, bed of roses. And as we say in the Nigerian palace, we will say shege. The Americans will see their own version of it in a different way, but they will definitely experience it. So we're waiting. The other thing actually that made me to come to the platform was when I heard Black Panther, you know, was talking about people that are not in US should not talk about, should not say, if you are not living in the US. I think I don't agree with that entirely. I think it's misguided, and you know, the fact that you are not living in the US. As a matter of fact, people that are living.
Mr. Joseph, sorry. What I mean is the politicking in the US.
Yeah, even the politicking in the US. Even you see, some years ago, years ago, I traveled to the United States, you know, with my family, and we're there at a gathering, and even you discover that even the people that are living there in United States, they don't even know anything beyond the state, the four wall of the state, not even America. And then we are joking, having a conversation. Even with my kids, they are asking the American people, where have you been to? Which country have you traveled to? To our utmost surprise, all of us, almost all of them said they have not stepped out of United States. They have never stepped out of United States. My kids were just laughing. They don't know anything beyond the shores of United. That is why someone like, you know, this Republican Party, that is why they can bamboozle them up and down the place in America. Some of them don't even carry American, they don't even have their passport. The American citizens, they have never traveled outside the shores of United States. So they don't even know what is going on politically. They are not politically informed. So it is even people that are outside. We that are outside, most people outside, they know what is happening, especially the United States. People may not know anything about Germany, about Russia, but United States, people know what is going on in the United States, and they can make informed decisions, or, you know, make informed opinion rather when it comes to United States. So a lot of people know what is going on in that country. But with respect to Nigeria, again, I will just say this: the impact this is going to have on Nigeria is not going to be a good one at all. This government, most Nigerians that supported him, again, is based on naivety. They have no clue, you know, what this government is up to. And now here we are. We're going to start seeing it. The one that I can predict today that is likely, like more than 50% possibility that it will happen, that it will have impact on Nigeria, is that the price of crude is going to drop this 2025, starting 2025. So all these projections that they made in Nigeria, about $76 per barrel is going to fall flat. Please, this is social media. It's recorded. We'll come back to it. It's going to fall flat.
You are right, Oga Jonathan. You are very right.
So that their calculation that they made of 76, that is the reason. They already, within the government, is a government. They have access to information. They know what most of us don't know, at least firsthand or early enough. That's why you think Tinubu just called the Ogoni people for nothing? To call them yesterday, to call them to Abuja. You think he just called them after more than 2-3 decades that Kensaruwiwa was brutally massacred by Sonny Abacha? That the Nigerian government dare not to enter that area no oil company dare to go to that area to go say they want to go and access or to drill or for crude oil. But now, as Tinubu himself will say, Oti Dojo and say, we are now there. That's why they need the Ogoni people. They need the oil from that side, but at the detriment of the people, the environment, the devastation that they have brought to that area alone is despicable, to say the least. No government, no responsible government should even nurse the idea of trying to drill one barrel of crude oil from that part of Nigeria at this time. The focus should be on the people. That environment has been completely destroyed. The livelihood of the people, of the Ogoni people, is completely destroyed. They will need massive investment in the trillions of naira to clean up that area. But rather than focusing on that, they want to go back and start drilling crude oil again. It shows the insensitivity of the government. But because of what? Desperation. Because all the areas, all the other oil wells, they have pledged it. They have pledged it. So all this rubbish we hear all the time. So when you hear it's so nauseating. Sometimes they will be throwing the number around 1.7 million barrels per day, 8.8 million. Where? When they knew that it's not there, all this thing has been pledged. That's why they can't give Dangote anything. The 400,000 they promised, 250 to 300,000 they promised Dangote per day. Where will it come from? So desperation is beginning to set in. That's why they have to go. Tinubu didn't just call the Ogoni people to Aso Rock yesterday for nothing. And I pray that the leaders of Ogoni land, the Obas, and the leaders of that community, they will be wise enough. They will not sell their community and sell their people for penury, for nothing. Sell their generation yet unborn for nothing. Their focus, their insistence should be the cleanup of that area. To clean up that area, government should make all this 100 million, 50 million, 80 million naira, 200 million for frivolous project that they inserted into the 25 budget. They should have put that money together, get to those areas, and start cleaning up cleaning up the community for the sake of the people that are there. The people are destroyed. I mean, you need to see what is going on in Ogoni land. That is just one portion of the South. And all we're seeing now is that they are going there again, nursing the idea to be lifting crude oil again. Is it when the people buy? Is it when you start seeing people literally dropping dead in that community that the government will rise up? Because that's what they know in Nigeria. Not until when people start buying. I mean, on the face of it, people start dropping dead in that area. So the government need to rise up and need to do the needful. And it is the responsibility of the Ogoni leaders. It is on them at this point in time. I don't know what Tinubu discussed with them in closed door at Aso Rock, whether he has pocketed them with brown, I don't know. I don't have an idea. But for whatever it's worth, they should know that it is their community, their generation yet unborn, that is at stake here, and not about money, not about anything. It is about that community. That community is completely destroyed as we speak. It is to salvage what can be salvaged. At this moment, gas is flaring there for decades on a daily basis, unabated. Gas is just flaring in Ogoni land.
And I believe it's the Chevron that did that, isn't it?
They
Chevron.
Nothing. They didn't pay. And even if when they went to court and they mandated them to pay, where is the money? Who are those that got this money? Where is it? It is the people of Ogoni. When you see some videos, I mean, literally, if you have blood flowing through your veins, you will be crying for that part of Nigeria. So I'm calling on this government. They should rise up, do the needful, stop the idea of trying to go there to start lifting crude oil. They should stop it. Just bury that idea and start doing the needful wherever they want to get the money from, because they know that the money is not going to come from anywhere, so they need other sources. It is only desperation at the detriment of the people that will make a government to say you want to go back to Ogoni land to start lifting crude oil. Nothing else. It is only that there is no way to go. Why? This is even worse than even telling troops to come to your country, foreign troops. You are going to that community to start lifting crude oil again. And we saw leaders laughing, trying to perpetrate this idea. God will help us in Nigeria. And finally, let me just add on this, on Tinubu's son. You see, I pray that Nigerians will wake up. They will come to their senses. They will not fall to the idea that Tinubu's son should, under any guise at all, that he should even come near anything, any power in that state, in any part of Nigeria. Not this. I just pray. I hope that's the only thing we can do now, is just to pray that the people of Lagos State, they will not be naive enough. I don't want to use any other words. That's how mild I can go. They will not be naive enough to fall so cheap and allow that to happen in Lagos State. I just hope and I pray that will not happen. Mr. Elvis, I'll leave it at there, but I cannot emphasize it enough. Please, Nigerians, please, even if it is hashtag, leave Ogoni land, leave Ogoni people alone. No lifting of crude oil in Ogoni land, please. It is cleaning. It is clean up that matters. It is not lifting.
Oga Jonathan.
Yeah.
Eko ni bàjẹ́ o.
Ami o, ase o, baba mi. Eko ni bàjẹ́ o, ase o. Thank you very much, my brother. Mr. Elvis. Mr. Elvis is not Mr. Elvis.
Mr. Elvis digging. Where are you?
Is it this? Is it? You can see that just to
when Mr. Jonathan. Yeah. Mr. Jonathan, you know the reason. You see, you need to filter the people that really know what is going on in Nigeria. I mean, in the United States, because you read more. You listen to the right media, even you listen to other media to put it together and analyze. Is it everybody that knows how to do that? Those are the fundamental questions. Some people are supporting Trump because of homosexual. He has saved the world. What about those people that get married to 8-year-old children? that sleep with them in Nigeria, their country of birth, in Africa, 8 years old, 6 years old, have been married out. They don't speak to that. What can be so bad like that? What can be so? Are they not both the same thing? Homosexual and people getting married to a child of 8 years that is not sexually matured? And it's going on in Nigeria. Nobody wants to make a law. The pastors are there. The imam are there. They are saying Donald Trump is their savior. You hold on. We will all take our popcorn and be watching.
They will not talk. They will not talk about it because they will say it's Sharia. You know, they will say it's under Sharia.
Their country. You know the reason why they are supporting Donald Trump? Let me just tell you one secret now. I have the video. The video is me. There is one Nigerian guy that is in Trump the administration. Is locked in there, and it's an Igbo man, extract from Nigeria. That is why they are locked down. That is why you see the guy that was invited was a praise singer from the East that was there.
Yeah, the guy. Yeah, they invited the guy. From Nigeria.
They invited a lot of people from Nigeria that weren't in the government. See, they go surprise. Not be Donald Trump. We are here.
You know, Donald Trump, for him, Donald Trump is all about transaction.
Hey, me.
Mr. Elvis,
hello.
You're back.
No, they hear me.
Yeah,
you are welcome.
When you say come your
line is breaking, no. I can hear you now. Your line is still breaking.
That's what I'm saying. My network is failing me.
Okay.
And Nigeria is there now.
Mr. Elvis, I made my submission. I called on you, and then Mr. Black Panther took over. You know, to save the day while you are off.
Mr. Edigi, Nigerian Watch.
You guys can just continue. I beg. If he come, he stop him for wherever you want to stop it.
Okay.
So for the Edo State, I said it point blank. Heroism has been there before some of us were born. And Edo State has climbed to the #1 position in notorious activities before in Nigeria. So people not recognizing Agbero now because they are not on their side. Because they are not in their party now, that's why they are not being recognized. I buy that idea that even the Agberos, they are their Dolites. The question is, how do we now clean that Agberoism to be a clean, rehabilitate them? How do we do it? Or how do we push them aside not to be involved in these notorious activities? That is what we have not been able to say.
See, the thing is, if you want to push them aside, first of all, you have to look at their source. Their source was from Motor Park. And at a point, the state governor had to work with them by calling them revenue collectors. So they generate money for the state government. So if you want to stop them, just as people said that we have e-governance, that is to say, if you want to run transportation, you put up a standard where those who have transportation have to go straight to the bank to pay their tax. If you're able to do that, we don't need them anymore. But the question is, the so-called e-governors don't even know how to run transportation. And who is going to stop it? There is no way. It's going to get worse. So they made money. They are rich. They've tested it because when they were generating money for government, the system is simple. They're what they call quota. Once they meet up that quota, the rest is their own. And that's some of them become super rich. And as they are having money, they have influence, they have power. So you can't throw them away easily. And they love the politics that we always continue to recognize them. And sometimes because of the nature of our politics, we're voting. Like somebody just said, I want to vote in Europe. They send you everything in your house already. You don't apply for anything. They will send you for it because your data are already with them. As far as you have that age, you merited. You go and vote. The day you go and vote, maybe you see few people there. You just go inside, you do whatever, and go hard. Nobody is disturbing you. So, but the nature of politics where you don't even have identity of those that are coming to come and vote, the INEC will do it in their own style. And at the end of it, confusion everywhere. So how are you going to kick Agbe away? So Togri is there. We are strongly for power, except those power that is more than them will come in one day, like what normally used to happen in the days where somebody will just announce. Pure, we are so generous, something. So I don't want to go more than that. So we leave it there. Thank you.
You know that.
Can I interject, sir? Yeah. Because I know, I know that this INEC governor is your right, and
your network is failing, Egbon.
Do you think that what he's doing now, the youth is right? The youth is state. I think his idea. I'm what you said now that.
And give us our mandate. Your network is failing. And I want to ask this question to everybody. If everybody listening to the delivery, Nigerian was delivered, the topic in the court cases, they said PDP, the document they presented, it was not certified document in the court of law.
Who said that? Who said that? Is it the judges or what?
We have to wait for that now. It's still.
No,
can anybody hear me?
Now,
now we can hear you. You are welcome.
Please, hello. Please, since I'm talking, everybody mute. Let's end the show. My network is failing, please. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you all. I wanted to play a video to tally what Mr. I don't know if you guys are hearing me anyway. There's a video I wanted to play to tally what Mr. Jonathan was saying. You know,
we are hearing you clearly.
Oh, wonderful. You know, there's a video that I wanted to play, but I don't understand what is going on here.
The hearing of the
Oh, you forgot your watch. Okay.
Mute yourself now, Black Panther, please. You can't forget your Anyway, maybe tomorrow we'll tally it up. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much for your time with us today. The network is seriously failing, but we need to end the show right now. And God, now will bless you. I'll see you guys again tomorrow, 7 p.m., so that we can continue from where we stop. Thank you, everyone that contributed to this broadcast today. We don't understand if this is a network problem or if it's an attack. I don't understand it. But still, I appreciate you all, my people. Have a good night.
Waga we bien se o no kamina chuajo oh osagu eware ni ware ni miomatie no ma miomatie ah agitiojo oh osagu eware ni ware ni miomatie no ma miomatie oh agitiojo oh itanga ni